42 or QualitySod.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Monday, January 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 62. In hour one of Off the Bench, we recap the NFL Divisional Playoff Round. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN or catch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Yeah! Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome in. It is Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Hope you're having an excellent day thus far. Kicking off the week, getting out of another great weekend. Let's do some sports talk, man, the best way. Start every morning right here on Off the Bench, 104.5 ESPN. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you. We got NFL playoffs to recap. We got a lot to get to. A bunch of college football news as always. Basketball, everything. How we feeling today, Jake? What's up, dude?
I think we all should feel pretty good considering 3 of the 4 NFL playoff games ended up being really good.
Yeah.
True. Having a chance to either, take the lead or kind of ice the game away late in the game, all but one.
Yeah, it was definitely a good weekend of football. A lot to get into. Alondra, how we doing? How was your weekend? What'd you get into?
I'm gonna have to agree. I watched football and the fight all weekend long.
Oh, the fight. That's right.
Yeah, that was the fight itself was a great fight. The results for it were very disappointing, so I was a little upset about that kind of all weekend long. But yeah, great games besides one of them, like Jake said. So great weekend.
I'm okay. I'm excited to give Alondra her MMA space a little bit later, a little cage talk.
I like that.
Taylor, we can come up with a good name.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cage talk.
Taylor, how you feeling, dude? What's up?
Dude, I'm good. Heck of some football games this weekend. I enjoyed them thoroughly. My guy almost pulled it off, but not quite. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. They played really, really well. Had a good phone call with Amazon. We sorted some things out.
There's no way you actually talked on the phone to Amazon customer support.
Called Amazon. This is the second time in about a month and a half that I've done that. And first time it didn't work out. They said it should be here in the next couple days. So we're gonna let bygones be bygones, and we're gonna move forward and try to improve our relationship.
Big news for Jeff. Also, for all you day traders out there, if you see a bump in Amazon stock, know that investor confidence is high now that Taylor has the news out that Taylor has quelled any potential issues that he had.
Whoa. I said we're improving it. Jeff Bezos is still on the list.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Does it feel like you just threw a stone in the middle of the ocean and then we're like, ha, take that? That showed them for sure.
Yeah.
This is Taylor on the phone.
Idiot. All right,
it's still not here though.
That's what I'm saying.
It's supposed to be. So I got an email.
He's talking about a Napoleon Dynamite costume for those that don't know.
It was supposed to be the 24th, and now it's supposed to be tonight. So we're gonna find out.
Man. So they bumped it up just because you called them? Interesting. So maybe you did do something.
Hey, look, T-Bob, some people watch things happen, others make them happen. Okay.
Party passive versus party active. We explained this a few weeks ago, right? Some people just want to show up for the party. Others recognize somebody has to put it on if everybody's going to have a good time. And the NFL puts on a party. They did this weekend. Where do y'all want to start? There's a million with the biggest game, Jake. Short little Bills Chiefs.
The biggest game would have been the one that was the Lions Buccaneers early on Sunday, but you could start at the secondary game if you want to.
Okay. Lions Bucks. Another electric environment in Detroit because, of course, they were vibrating knowing that, by the end of this 3-hour tilt, they could be on their way to an NFC championship, and they did it. They done gone and did it. A full team win for the Detroit Lions. Offense, defense, special teams. I mean, truly the vision of Dan Campbell continues to ring true. After the game, he's just, again, kind of harping on this idea of like, look, this isn't L.A., the beach, the sun. This is harsh winters. It's automobile production. It's blue collar. It's grit. And that is the philosophy that he built this franchise with, and I think that was on display as they take care of business against the Bucs. Bucs played well. Yeah. Bucs played well, but you could clearly see just who the better team was in the end.
A really efficient performance from Detroit. I mean, 8 different receivers. Jared Goff played great. You had multiple running backs that affected the game. I mean, Reynolds got in there and got 1 carry for 1 touchdown. It's like, okay, everybody's going to get an opportunity for Detroit to help us win this playoff game. And so everybody got involved. And, I mean, the crowd in the stadium was electric. And you're right. Like, it's not like the Bucs played bad. I mean, Baker Mayfield played really well. Like, as far as yards, he by far the most of any quarterback this weekend during the playoffs. And I know 26-41 is great. I know he'd like to have that last one back.
Yeah.
The last one was something he tried to force. They have the ball. And that's kind of how it played out. Green Bay, same situation. Tampa Bay, same situation. Like, you have the ball. It's like, man, you've played so good all game long, and you tried to force it here at the end.
Yeah, and then, why am I blanking on who got the pick? Was it Derek Barnes?
Yeah.
It was.
How about did you see in the post game where Derek Barnes in the interview? How do you make the play? He's giving credit to Coach Shep. Who's Coach Shep? Kelvin Shepard, a great LSU linebacker from the Les Miles days. Remember, from Stone Mountain, Georgia, Stevenson. Him and Perry Riley went from being high school teammates to then college teammates, and then both played in the NFL forever. And now Kelvin Shepard's been on that Dan Campbell staff for a few years, and so it was nice seeing him get a shout-out from Barnes after Barnes came up with a huge game-sealing play. So, look, man, one of my favorite moments was probably Aiden Hudson soaking it all in at the end of the game. The hometown hero stoically looking around, not trying to make too much of a show of it or get too overwhelmed, because you never want to have to deal with the whole news cycle being like, have they peaked? Which, again, we kind of played that game with Michigan, right?
Yeah.
After Alabama. Have they peaked? Was that their championship or whatnot? So it's not like he was crying or anything, but I just loved seeing someone from that area look at that stadium, knowing what he was drafted into, the role he played in the build-up to get to this moment. Very rare in life is it when you can know that you're in the good times, or maybe have a chance to reflect on the good times, especially in a sport like football, where it's always about the next play. What are you going to do the next play, the next thing, the next game? And so that was a little brief respite of reflection where Hudson really got to soak it all in before the next game and they hit the road to go to San Francisco.
On the topic of Aiden Hutchinson, I feel like on his post-game interview, you can really tell that him and the rest of this team have really bought into Dan Campbell's philosophy just by the way that he was talking. And I feel like that makes it a very good, everybody's on the same page. We're all going to be gritty. We're all going to go out there and do what we need to do.
Well, I think it was Ragnow was he doing the interview with Ragnow? Or no, maybe it was another team that ran up. But I agree. It wasn't Hudson for me. It was the Ragnow interview where they asked him about Campbell, and he just talked about how genuine he is, right? And everything that he tells you is not politically motivated. It's not some sort of game where you're trying to keep everybody happy or positioning. No, it's honest. It's straightforward. And whether it's good or bad, it does come from a place of love, and it's just created such a such a relationship and such buy-in from the team. And we can all appreciate when you've had a leader. Like this is the deal. This is what you want with a coach. You want the ultimate thing that you want from a coach is not to be nice to you. It's not to be mean. It's okay. If I trust to do what you're telling me to do, even if it sounds crazy to me, are you putting me in the best possible position to succeed? And I believe, and it sucks when you don't have that feeling, right? And it undermines everything. I believe the Lions have that feeling with this staff as much as any other team and staff left in the playoffs right now.
It's hard to have what Dan Campbell has because he is somebody that he's old school. Like he's got the grit, and he's going to yell a little bit, and he's going to show his emotion, but like he's got complete control of that locker room. They love him. They would do anything for him. A lot of times when you have kind of his mentality, maybe you can't get some of that because maybe somebody can't handle it, but he has found the perfect balance of being able to have that, also be beloved by his players and get the most out of them. Like he is in that sweet spot of being able to do that, and it's because I think he respects the players, he shows them respect, and he also kind of sells it. And we played the clip the other day that T-Bob put up there. Like he's like, we're not doing this for nothing. Like we're doing it for a reason. I promise you, if you just trust me, we will get to where we want to get to. You just have to believe me, trust me. It might sound crazy at times, but I promise you I have a plan, and that's what the players have done.
Yeah, so another excellent win for the Detroit Lions, who, stat of the day, here is your stat of the day. Since 1996, the Detroit Lions have one conference championship appearance. They have 2 playoff wins since 19, and unfortunately the Cowboys, 0 conference championship appearances since 96 and only 1 playoff win since 19. So Detroit now an objectively more successful franchise than the Dallas Cowboys, passing them up in the NFC hierarchy. What have you done for me lately, Taylor? You know, these are just the rules. I don't make them.
Even the Bush League Bolts have gone to a conference championship game since then.
Yeah, since 96.
Yeah, we went in 07.
All right, so look, Detroit once again getting it done. Awesome story. Now they have to go to San Francisco, and San Francisco looked like they were in some trouble. Those precocious young guns out of Green Bay done nearly got him. I mean, it felt like they had him when they were already up. So they're up 4, and they're driving, right? They're making big chunk plays. About 7 minutes left in the game. Looked like they're maybe going to score. The drive ends up stalling, but that's okay. Easy field goal. Go up 7. Daniel Carlson misses. A lot of that this weekend. A lot of missed kicks in tight spots this weekend. Carlson misses, though, and all of a sudden, the San Francisco 49ers have a glimmer of hope. 6 minutes remaining. How crazy is this? I know they hammered this on the broadcast, so you probably heard it, but the Niners were 0-30 when entering the fourth quarter, trailing by 7 or more under Kyle Shanahan. 0-30. So I've been one of the most dominant teams in the Kyle Shanahan era, but whenever it has been going bad, they have never found a way to come back and get it done. Brock Purdy had exactly 0 fourth quarter comebacks to his name. Brock Purdy had struggled all night. It was raining. He put on the glove. He takes off the glove, looked uncomfortable. And so I guess this is all just set up. It's like we talked about Nussmeier when he stared down 98 yards with 6 minutes left in the game. It's the situational greatness that determines your legacy in the NFL, especially at a place like San Francisco, where this was when Joe Montana would be at his best, or even right below him, a Steve Young. And so down 21-17, 6 minutes to go. You're on your own 31, and it was efficient, nothing flashy, solid football by Purdy and the offense to slowly, methodically, 12 plays, 69 yards, 5 minutes, and 10 seconds off the clock, and basically take control and say, okay, look, if we're going to win this game, this is where we have to win this game. And they end up getting it done. And so the kind of legend of Brock Purdy gets one of its first major chapters written.
It does, and that stat was crazy. And some of it is indicative of because of how they play and their style of play, but still, and they don't trail a lot either.
Yeah, well, exactly, yes. and look, nobody's going to have a good record entering the fourth quarter down by 7 or more, right? Because you're losing by 7 or more entering the fourth. But 0-30 is still an outlier odd.
Yeah, no, it is. And that drive was like the perfect 49ers drive, and you're right, like they honed in and they hit Kittle and McCaffrey, and Juwan Jennings was huge in this game as well. He stepped up when Deebo Samuel went out, and the Packers have to feel sick because it felt like they controlled the narrative of the game all game long. Like it felt like no matter what San Francisco did, like Green Bay was going to find an answer. Like think about just how well they played. They didn't give up a sack. The 49ers defense, with all those weapons, all those edge rushers, they didn't give up a sack. Like basically a rookie quarterback. I mean, I know he's been in the league, but like first time playing this much, and he's out there against this defense on the road in the rain and doesn't take a sack. I mean, Aaron Jones was running the football well. Like they made plays on defense. Yeah. Dobbs had another big game. It's just like they have to feel maybe more sick than any other team. Like Buffalo, yes, but Buffalo's been there so many times against the Chiefs. Oof. Maybe they're used to the feeling by now, but it really felt like Green Bay until that last drive. Like they're going to win this game.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco does what they do, and they found a way. But it just felt like all game long, Green Bay had played the game that they had to play to be able to be victorious.
Yeah, they did until they didn't. And, I mean, those are the margins in the NFL. That's what decides whether you win or lose. And, I mean, look at this on Get Up right now. Did Josh Allen's late game execution cost Bills the game? I would argue it was on anybody but Josh Allen, but it highlights the point that it's just like you do. It's multiple years of hard work and dedication and grind built into these moments. And if you end up on the losing side of it, this one moment suddenly erases all of that.
And if you're Josh Allen, you've lost to Mahomes and Burrow in the playoffs, and you're trying to get over that hump. You're trying to get through that barrier. You're trying to get into that upper echelon, maybe be discussed as the best quarterback in the NFL. And like it's you not getting to that point, but also who's stopping you from getting there.
That Stephon Diggs, catch the ball.
I was about to say, I feel like
catch the ball,
right
Diggs.
There. Yeah, he was right there.
You want to complain all year long, and he's like
year.
Complained all year long. It's like, okay, well, like if you want to be the guy, then you got to make the play to be the guy.
I'd be shocked if he was back with the Bills next year. After all the offseason turmoil, how last night ended, he's playing somewhere else next year.
3 for 21 with your season on the line. And look, he had 1,100 yards, but we were talking about Stephon Diggs being top 3 in the game. Like there was an argument of him being above Jefferson and Chase and Tyreek Hill. It's like he just did not have that type of year this year, and they need him obviously because they don't have a lot of options outside of tight end there in Buffalo. But I'm kind of going to agree with y'all. They might actually make a move and see if they can bring in multiple pieces for Diggs.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. It seems like you can it's tough to find these guys.
It is.
But receivers are getting better and better and better, it feels like. And the value when you look at like Nico Collins, and we talked about Bakua, and even like Raheed Shaheed.
Even Shakir, who is on the Bills, made a ton of plays for him last night.
There's a lot of good wide receiver prospects out there if you wanted to replace Diggs.
Oh, I've got speaking of Bills receivers, I completely forgot that Deontay Hardy is Deontay Harris from the Saints.
Yeah. How about that? I forgot the story behind the name change.
My oldest, Jackson, we're watching the game. I'm like, God, he looks so familiar. He's like, yes, Deontay Harris from the Saints. I'm like,
he got married?
Burned fast and bright in that 2018 team.
Just changed
No, it was either his real dad came back into his life or he took his stepdad's name.
It was something about, I think it was something about honoring the person who actually raised him. Maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
You're right. I think he took his stepdad's name.
Yeah, he was from Assumption College, which Cole Tracy was from, and they came, I believe it was the same year, right?
Oh, I did not know that.
That's Tracy funny. Had his year for LSU, and he had a little flash with the Saints.
I had no idea he was from Assumption. All right, when we get back here, let's get look, we talked Detroit. We talked Packers-Niners. Let's go more in depth on Chiefs-Bills next. And then, of course, we'll get to which game am I missing? Oh, Ravens. Duh. Dominant performance from the Ravens. Did you see Dr. King in the crowd?
Okay, so I saw this picture last night, and I was like, what? Somebody's trolling. I saw the picture, and I was like, wait a minute.
Let's say with me next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota today, you need to buy a new vehicle, purchase a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get excellent warranty coverage. Maybe just need to rent or something for the day. Look, the bottom line, it's all there, right there of an airline and good one. So is, though, the body shop, the service center, where all makes and models are welcome. So if you get in an accident, bring your insurance claim into All-Star Toyota. They have free professional estimate. Take advantage of the shuttle service. If it's a big job, they have rental cars right there on site at cheaper per day rental price to traditional rental companies. If you mention OTB, Jake, T-Bob, whatever, you get $100 towards that deductible, and you help out the show. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Now, here in South Louisiana, in a couple of weeks, you're going to be off for Mardi Gras break. And you might get 3 days, you might get a week, but you might take that time to go on a vacation, right? And you might need a rental vehicle. Rent an All-Star Toyota today. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 lifted trucks. $10,000 off new Ford F-150 and 3.9% financing. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage.
Join me for a Monday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Recap LSU and A&M from the PMAC and the NFL Divisional Playoffs. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Hanging round, myself, and I had so much time to sit and think about myself, and then there she was.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I smell sex and candy.
Yeah. Hey, Marcy, if your playground smells like sex and candy, that's a problem. This is Marcy's playground, right? Okay, good, because otherwise none of that joke
It is,
worked
but
at
that's
all.
a good point, though.
Yeah. Maroon 5 has a cover
a little
of this song,
alarming.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
do
Sex
they?
and I mean, speaking of conspiracy theories, is this a groomer thing? Is that what's going on here?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh my
exactly,
God,
exactly,
playground, sex and candy? Wow.
Ryan Brack, Marcy's playground, one hit wonder. Hey, it's better being a none-hit wonder.
Oh,
Never.
that could be today's theme.
One-hit wonders?
One-hit wonders.
Oh, we can do that.
Oh,
we can do one-hit wonders.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Thank you. Shout out to whoever that
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan. You just gave us the theme.
Yeah.
Brack. All right, so where do y'all want to go? Bills, Chiefs? Let's go there. I mean, we were already kind of talking about it, right? So obviously the discourse always centers around the quarterback. I'm not saying that you couldn't do things better, but to me, I don't know that you can put this on Josh Allen when you look at why the Bills lost this game. I mean, and it's weird because, really it's the defense mainly. Couldn't get a stop to save their lives. Did finally come up with a couple at the end. Couldn't get a stop to save their lives. But even then, it's like, well, is it their fault when literally the whole defense is hurt and they're playing all backups? So, the defense kind of got dealt a bad hand there, and those guys did what they could. It's just, I mean, what are you supposed to do if you're that defense and you're going against Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, who now, every single year that Pat Mahomes has started, have made it at least to the AFC Championship. Guys go entire careers with never sniffing the Final Four, and they've now made it 6 times in a row. If that's the hurdle that you have to get over, you have to play perfect. And Buffalo's just not good enough defensively right now, and they made too many mistakes offensively to win the game. And so, sure enough, who ends up on top in the end? Same old story. Reed, Mahomes, and the Chiefs.
And Travis Kelce stepped up. He hadn't had a touchdown since week 11, and he comes out with 2 scores in this game. And you look at the receiving options for the Chiefs. Now, Rice has been somebody that's thrived here at the back end of it, but, I mean, Scanting's out there 2 for 62. He made the plays that you have to make in a game like that. Because the Chiefs' receiving options, when you're in 11 personnel, they're not great, Bob. They find a way. I mean, Hardman, gosh, if they handed him another reverse, I mean, he fumbled both of the ones.
Harmon's stat line is 1 carry, -1 yard, 2 fumbles, 1 catch for 2 yards.
Yeah, and a fumble. He fumbled.
No, 2 fumbles. Yeah,
he fumbled both, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
that's reminiscent of his teammate Kadarius Toney. We typically see that stat line from him.
I mean, they got Justin Watson out there at 11 personnel, but credit to Mahomes and Andy Reid and the guys that have been there. Pacheco's great. Clyde had a couple of really nice.
Yeah, Pacheco looked like a
nice
dog though. That boy's legs are.
Can we talk about the way he runs?
He's got such a weird. It's like when Mafia used to say pistons, pistons. He has those engine piston legs that are just punchy. He's just driving into the ground, dude.
And look, I'm not even hating. I don't care what you look like when you run, but it's has anybody here parachute? Ever ran with a parachute or? Moffitt used to make us do this thing where your partner would have to hold you and it'd be a band and you'd have to try to run and then the partner would finally let it go and you were supposed to he runs a parachute
when you're being
is behind
held
him or
up,
something.
you're kind of
you got your knees are higher.
Your knees are higher.
Driving,
but you're not going.
But
he goes.
But he goes.
That's the thing. Because of that, he looks like he's moving slow. But then you're like, oh, well, he passed that linebacker. That DB didn't have an angle on him. I'm like, how is this guy so fast? Because he runs straight up and down.
He's got a little bit
Dominic
of Scooby-Doo
Davis
in
used to
him.
do that when he was here. He kind of had that straight up and down running style. That's who he reminds me
He's got
of.
a little bit of Scooby-Doo where cartoons where you go, you kind of
yes,
you warm up your feet before taking off.
While I was watching the game with Jackson last night, he goes, hey, what's that bird in Space Jam that when he gets going, like, Roadrunner? He's like, yeah, that's who he runs like. I'm like, yeah, you're exactly right.
That's a good call.
Dude, but he runs
Jackson.
like just angry too. Like it's a weird way, but he runs like violently and like
violence
he's
into
been
the
key
ground
to them.
equates. Look, what does Newton's law say? For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The more force you drive into the ground with, the more force you are propelled forward with. And he embodies that running style.
Well, so that was like a big thing. I was telling Jake right before the show started, like a guy like Jake Hester probably loved this weekend because if you go back and look at all the games, the team that bowed their necks and had that dominant running game at the end of the game, like those were the teams that won, with the exception of the Packers 49ers. They were about even. But, I mean, in the second half, the Ravens are just like, you know what? We're just going to run this ball down your throat. The same thing with the Lions. If you go watch that game, that game was back and forth. The Buccaneers defense couldn't get off the field because Gibbs and Montgomery are getting 7 and 8 yards a pop. It was the same thing in the Chiefs game. They could not run at all in the first half. They give it to Pacheco in the fourth quarter, and they have a lot of success with it.
The NFL meta is shifted a bit where defenses are actually – like defenses had the upper hand on elite quarterbacks this year. There's a great YouTube video that I didn't finish. I only watched the first couple minutes of it. I keep meaning to go back to it, but it's kind of an exploration of this. I want you to watch it, Jake, and like Matt Flynn and get like some NFL eyes on and get y'all's take. But it's just all about how it's like, everything's either like cover 0 or you're dropping 7 and like half the field's playing quarters, half playing cover 3, and you're disguising all type of things. But I guess the big takeaway just for the layman not needing to get into scheme is that right now defenses are just kind of they've adapted well, and they're a little ahead of the curve in terms of just pure passing game stats. So I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing these teams. Like, there is no overwhelming Broncos and Manning offense left this year. This is not the Chiefs offense of old that would just kill you with Tyreek Hill. The tough teams that can get it done on the ground are the ones that are finding ways to get back on these defenses.
It's funny you say that. That's kind of why everybody's so mesmerized by Lamar Jackson, right? It's like you can win the game, maybe winning it a little bit differently. And this will sound like a shot, and it's not. That offense is like so simple that it's almost complex. People are like, no way they're going to run it right here when we have the box stacked. And they do. It's like it's almost like that little power eye, if you will, like that high school style offense. They brought it to the NFL, and it's something that nobody else runs. It's like, oh, we got to go spread. We got to do all this. In the second half, they just lined up, followed Ricard, had Lamar and the two-headed monster in the running back with Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. And, I mean, they powered their way there. I mean, it was like old school college football, high school offense, and it won them the game.
But therein lies also the greatness of Lamar Jackson, right? Because when you can do what he can do, and it makes me so excited to watch Jaden Daniels on Sundays in this new NFL meta. Because when you can do what he can do, there's just nobody else that can do it. Not even like a big bruiser like Josh Allen. He's just so fast. His ability to throw the ball is so effortless, and obviously, like Daniels is a better passer coming out of college. Lamar has really become an elite passer of the football in the NFL, and you saw how, and then you combine him with an OC like Todd Monken, who appears to be at the height of his powers, and Lamar and everybody kind of needed a change. Sometimes that just happens. And it's created a perfect mixture, along with, like I said, all of the NFL defensive meta more shifting into coverage-heavy looks that kind of prioritize stopping just success through the air. Well, what happens when Lamar can add to the running game on the ground, and it's just the perfect kind of zig when everybody else is zagging.
It's funny you say that. Like, me and Jake were talking about it before the show. They came out with kind of a bad game plan. Like, it's not their game. They're like, Lamar, drop back, throw it 35, 40 yards down the field. And that's why they struggled in the first half. Lamar was 4 of 9 on deep balls in the first half. The blitz got to him because of those long developing plays. In the second half, not only did they start running it, they're doing that hard snap count. And then the Texans are showing their blitz. And Lamar's like, oh, well, they're blitzing from here. Let's run it over here. I mean, that made all the difference in the world. I didn't like the game plan coming in, but Monken's halftime adjustments were excellent.
Yeah, and the Texans hadn't showed blitz all season long. It's just not what they do. And then they were blitzing over 65% of the time in the first half. And
they got to him. They had 3 sacks in the first half.
And then finally Todd Monken adjusts. Well, D'Amico Ryans did not make the adjustment, and the rest is history. because the first half, like Christian Harris from U High was playing out of his mind. That's the second week in a row.
Yeah,
and
Chris Harris
it was
is
like,
dog,
oh
dude.
man, yeah, didn't want to recruit that guy, did we? And then it's like,
wait, they didn't recruit him?
Do you not? I mean, very lightly. Do you not remember
What?
that?
No, I just figured he just chose Alabama.
They were like, positionless. That was what I kept hearing, positionless, because he played so many different things at U High.
I hang out with his pops at Don Juan every weekend, yeah, there's no LSU hate really, but I could sense at times a little saltiness, I guess, but I didn't really know that that's how it went down. Well, that was dumb.
No, it's funny you say positionless. He had to start at corner at his size at U High for 70% of his senior year. Yeah, so he was playing that safety linebacker, nickel hybrid. The outside corner got hurt. They're like, look, Christian, you're huge. You can just jam everybody at the line of scrimmage. And he did. I mean, he was the outside corner for 75% of the season at his senior year. And, I mean, you can say, well, he's positionless. To me, that shows versatility.
Speaking of jamming, I did want to talk a little Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs.
Another
eventually.
one that would have looked really good in purple and gold, but didn't recruit him either from Minden.
Well, let's get to it next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Co. Community Steel Company. Community Steel Company. CommunitySteelCo.com is the website. If you want to go there and start to check out what they can offer you. Remember, this is a steel business located in Gonzales, Louisiana. Started there, growing every single day. And it is that local touch that makes all the difference. You want to see the products you're buying, you want to touch them, you want to feel them, purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings, you can go do that by going to check them out in Gonzales. You can meet the live and local sales team that's going to get to know you, your business, your personal needs, whatever it is to better serve you. But best of all, the prices. They're lower than everybody else's. Because unlike these national guys, they're going straight to the wholesaler, they're bringing it back here, they're making it, they're cutting out the middleman, you save in the back end, Community Steel Company.
Yeah, you can go see them today. So go to that website, CommunitySteelCo.com. In the very top right corner, click on Community Steel. It'll tell you exactly where they're located in Gonzales, Louisiana. Give them a call today as well. They can help you right now. 225-647-2020.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year Then by taking your boat to the next level, get the boat of your dreams, and that's where front to back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the
Moscona inviting you to join us for Monday's AFR, presented by Relief Windows. Can't wait to find out who's the next to jump ship in Tuscaloosa. You'll know we'll be laughing at him from here. That's on Monday's AFR. Join us 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tad and y'all, welcome back. OTB. So you were talking about Christian Harris, Baton Rouge native, really showing out this week, and unfortunately his Texans fall, but did a hell of a job. One guy who has been a key piece of this Kansas City Chiefs team that continues to dominate the NFL, and yet you never hear about him, is L'Jarius Sneed. And where's he from? Minden, Louisiana. Where did he go to college? Louisiana Tech. 6'1", 200 pounds. How about this, Jake? So the Dolphins offense is pretty good, right? Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, pretty great. L'Jarius Sneed played them twice this season. He allowed one catch combined between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And then you saw that amazing Josh Allen touchdown last night on the 3rd and goal where he's being spied. He breaks the pocket. The spy immediately fires on him. And Allen, it was so athletic, dude. The jab step towards the linebacker to get him to like chop his feet. So then he creates the room to flip his hit and deliver that crazy, just tight window throw for the touchdown. That was the first touchdown L'Jarius Sneed's given up all year long.
That's crazy.
One.
I mean, and he's a corner that travels.
Yeah.
Like he's not a boundary or field corner. He's not left or right. Like he travels oftentimes with your best receiver.
And no one ever talks about him. No one ever thinks about him.
Chiefs defense as a whole is kind of like that. It's like.
Except for Chris Jones, I guess, is the only one that ever gets like any name recognition.
L'Jarius needs somebody that when he was at Minden in high school, like as you can imagine, like literally did everything for them. Like played everything, did everything.
How did he not? So what's his story behind getting overlooked coming out of high school?
You know, I'm not really sure because he had all the stats like every single week. Because I was living in Shreveport when he was in high school. It was like you open up the paper, Shreveport Times Player of the Week, like every week.
Damn.
It was L'Jarius Sneed. So I'm not sure. Ends up, gosh, Minden to Ruston is like 25 minutes, maybe not like 20 minutes, and that's where he ends up and is a really good player there, ends up being a 4th-round pick. But I'm not sure where his recruitment went wrong because every week in, a good area of high school football, like he was the guy that stood out. So, look, I didn't even think he'd get to this point, though. I mean, he's one of the best cover corners in football. And still doesn't get talked about like it, but the stats that you see and the fact that he goes to your best receiver, and he plays in a division that's got Devontae Adams and Keenan Allen and Sutton from Denver. Like every week he's playing somebody good.
And he never, and again, not a Pro Bowl, not an All-Pro to his name. All he's really got from an award standpoint, like an individual award, is the All-Rookie team back in 2020. So. We'll see. Maybe he uses this run because he has been getting a lot of runs. It's a highlight. Like sometimes it takes a big highlight to get on people's radar.
Yeah.
And him jamming up Tyreek Hill and just really big boy in him. That And Tyreek, appreciate this. Tyreek Hill is short, but Tyreek Hill is strong.
Yeah.
Like, he is a ball of muscle. And L'Jarius Sneed just absolutely big dog.
And then Tyreek had the tweet, sent my ass straight to Cancun.
Yeah. Hey, good on Tyreek. Good on Tyreek, dude. Hey, know?
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
That was his teammate as well, so.
Jake, I can't remember. I feel like we've talked about this in the past, but one of my favorite rules in all of football came into play last night. So you have the Bills try the fake punt, which did Damar Hamlin check to that? Is that what we think? Or do you think they called that? Because there was only 10 on the field.
I think he checked to it. Now.
It's so funny. You can't really get mad at him, though.
I read two fakes.
You can't do. What do you get mad at him? It's just mean, Taylor. What do you mean? What?
It was a bad call.
You have no respect for the story of Hamlin and coming back and everything he did. Yeah, dude. He literally put his life on the line for the team, and you're mad at him about making the correct call but executing poorly.
I don't know if that was the correct call. I mean, it's 4th and 5 deep in your own territory, but it is what it is.
On the field,
with 12 minutes to go in a 1-score ball game, that you didn't need to take that risk. But hey,
wow.
I guess he checked to it.
You only live once.
Well, unless you're
Damar Hamlin.
Oh, that's well played. So I can tell you, I ran 2 fakes in the NFL from that position, and
like on the field, you mean, or from that position?
From the personal protector.
Okay, for PB, yeah.
The same play. Both actually were in 2008, and you get the call, and it's up to you. Like, I've never had it where it's like, hey, let's run this. It's you get the play alert, and whatever the call might be, New York, LA, like whatever it might be. And so you go out there, you count the box, and if you have the box numbers, then you run the play. Now, I don't love going to the left side from the right like that. Like, I don't love that.
A little bit of waste of motion.
So the first time we ran it, we were playing against the Falcons, and we ran it to the right side. I was on the right, snapped it to the right, runner, around to the right. And then like 2 weeks later, we wanted to have it still up, but then I lined up on the right, we snapped it, and then I ran to the left just because we wanted to give a different look. And that's the only reason we did it that way. But I'm not a big fan of trying to go across the formation unless you have to. Like that play never had a chance.
No, and it didn't work, and then it set up something. But I'm just realizing we're just sitting here chilling, talking NFL, and now we got to go to break. So I'll get to my rule next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888. GetGordon.com is the website. Remember, you get in an accident, get somebody who's going to fight for you. Stand up to big insurance. That is Gordon McKernan. Get you what you deserve. And you follow him on social media. There's a lot of reasons to do so. General life advice. Sit downs with some of your favorite athletes, right? The members of the G team, which shout out now. They got a member from the new national championship hip hop team on the G team. I believe the first Tiger girl to be on the G team. So congratulations there. And look, if you're a fan of pickleball, go look him out online. We got some big news coming for you. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, 225-888-8888.
Go to GetGordon.com for all the information you're looking for in the courtroom. Past client results, cases they can handle for you. You can have a conversation with them right there on the website. Again, GetGordon.com. Pick up the phone in Louisiana. Your area code followed by 888-8888.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All right, so here's the rule that I was referencing. So the 4th down stop happens, and at that point, that kind of took the wind out of everyone's sails, right? We want a good game. Like, we don't really have rooting interest. We're like, okay, dude, this defense sucks. Chiefs got it. And then McCole Hardman, right there in the goal line, getting spun around, reaching out for the end zone. You see it live, you're like, oh my God, I think he fumbled out the end zone. And then the replay was so good with the defender's helmet. Literally, Hardman's ass was on his face, being held off of the ground so he stayed in the air. And I adore the fumbling out of the end zone resulting in a touchback
That's
rule.
the stupidest
and you hate it, right?
ish in the
I knew
world.
it. Yes, I knew it. You hate it. I think it is it is a
So
top
stupid.
5 rule in all of football.
It's top 5 dumb in the world.
Dude. It's such a great mechanic for for giving the defense a last second stand opportunity.
We get all the way down here. I fumble him because it goes over this pylon. You get the ball back. Get out.
I mean, I doubt that you ever fumbled out the end zone, but that is definitely spoken like a ball carrier there.
It's so dumb.
No, look, dude. I mean, how awesome was it last night when that happened? All of a sudden, everything flipped. Game back on. Let's go. Don't fumble out of the end zone, dude. Don't reach the ball out.
Okay, any other part of the field, though, it goes out, it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
And it's dead right there.
Not in the end zone,
It
though.
makes, but, like, why was that rule put into place? Like, you there has
I guess
to
so
be,
you don't have to spot it where the fumble happened, but we do that anyway.
The only,
late in the game,
thing I
right?
can think of is so you don't, like, fumble it on purpose into the end zone and your own guy jump on it.
Which, if that happens under a certain amount of time, don't they place it at the spot of the fumble?
Like, that's all they would have to do to fix
Am I
this.
crazy? Am I making that up,
No,
though?
'cause, yeah, you
No,
can't-
Like,
you
if it's
can't
less
advance
than
the fumble,
than 2 minutes or something like that, and you fumble forward, I think we place it at the spot of the fumble.
Well, I'm sure that's why it was put into place, though, right?
What?
So you didn't fumble into the end zone and somebody jump on it and it'd be a score for you?
Yeah, I mean, something like that,
But
I would
still,
imagine. Yeah.
Like,
There's
this
I
weird
love it,
quirk
dude.
that, like, anywhere else on the field, and it doesn't matter.
But the end zone, if we really think about football, which is a very unintuitive game, the end zone is like quantum physics. You know how, like, in normal physics, like Einstein, like, everything worked. Einstein had mathed it out. Relativity. We had finally mathed out the universe. And then we get into quantum physics and nothing makes sense. All the math breaks down. That's not unlike the end zone, right? All of a sudden, you just have some sort of ethereal plane that goes straight vertical that never ends, and if any part of the ball just touches the plane, then it's a touchdown? Or it's like, I mean, you have the fumble rule, obviously. The ball has to break the plane if you're going in from the front, but if it's on the side or the back, you can catch it out of bounds as long as your feet are in bounds.
Yes.
Like the end zone's weird. The end zone's weird. It's quantum. You just have to accept it. You have to accept and embrace. It's spooky action happening at a distance.
Well, and then you can have the toe tap on the sidelines, but if you're falling out of the end zone, the heel has to be down.
Wait. If you're falling backwards?
Yeah, like out of the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even if you stay on your toes for an extended amount of time, if your heel eventually touches the ground.
Facing backwards, like if
I know
facing
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. So I'm falling backwards, and I'm on my toes, and then my heels touch, my heels out, I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow. It's yeah. So I love it. I love it. I think it's such a fun little rubber bandy effect. It's like playing Mario Kart and getting like a lightning, or like a bullet bill. You're like, hell yeah, dude. Okay, game on. Let's do it.
Well, that means you suck at Mario Kart if you get one of those.
That's true. If you get that, very fair. If you get a lightning or a bullet bill in Mario Kart or Star, things are going poorly. But look, things were going poorly there, dude. They needed it.
We feel so bad for you. We're going to give you this.
They were about to get laughed. Mario Kart's the ultimate. It's one giant rubber band. How that game's work. All right, hour 2 next.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to Accutemp at Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com, AccutempBR.com. Got a couple great deals for January now, y'all. Okay, January 22nd. So hurry up and take advantage of these deals. You buy a new AC unit right now, you get a heater for free. And if you want a whole home generator, storms coming, you want a whole home generator? Well, Accutemp right now, $2,000 off your whole home generators. How about that? And look, they have great maintenance plans to make sure it's good to go whenever you actually need it, right? Your home is protected and good to go. So look, whether it's AC, heat, and electrical needs, go with the best. Okay, service to the highest degree. Accutemp Baton Rouge, AccutempBR.com.
Yeah, you see it right there. Proud partner of LSU Athletics. LSU Athletics trusts Accutemp, and, well, everyone should trust Accutemp. Go check out the reviews. They're through the roof, right? And the kind of service that you're going to get, service to the highest degree, like it's in their tagline, because they know every single time you're going to get exactly that. Go to that website, schedule that appointment today, AccutempBR.com.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ford F-150 lifted trucks. $10,000 off new Ford F-150 and 3.9% financing. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Monday, January 22nd. Today in hour number 2, we'll continue to talk NFL playoffs and discuss some college sports as well. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect sunny skies with a high of about 62. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB, hour nombre dos, here on Off the Bench. T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you today. Talked a lot of NFL in hour number 1. Adam Fields saying, the second place rider on Mario Kart always getting a red shell on the last lap is complete BS.
Kind of is.
Again, though, boys. You just got to have those banana/green shell defenses ready, bruh.
I mean,
if you aren't holding...
No reward for being in first.
If you aren't holding a banana or green shell in defense for this, then you don't deserve to win. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. There's a reason why I beat your kid's ass at Mario Kart when I came over.
Oh, no, that seems like...
I smashed him, and I'll do it again.
That was like 2 years ago.
Exactly. I'll do it again.
I think they were like 9.
I'll beat up on Harlow next time. You put the controller in her hand. Watch what happens. Harlow's adorable. She's like a real baby. She can't play Mario Kart.
Not yet.
So I can't lose. Yeah. It's a genius challenge by me.
She's just now to the point where she can eat a rice cake.
Yeah.
She loves them.
Well, whenever she's ready, I stay ready.
We actually just hooked it back up in the living room.
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Got the Switch hooked back up? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think a new Switch is about to come out this year.
We were playing some game over Christmas. I can't remember the name of it, but now I'm like, we should
Zelda?
just keep this. No, it was one where like you get something and you draw it on your phone and it goes up on the screen.
Jackbox.
To guess what.
Jackbox.
Maybe
it's one of the Jackbox Party Pack games. They're awesome. Yeah. Everybody has their phone. You sign in the same room. And have y'all ever played Jackbox?
Yeah, they have it on Xbox too.
Yeah, they have it on every platform. They have it on everything.
I love Jackbox.
Jackbox is so much fun.
I love it.
If you're having friends over and you want to do like a fun board gamey type of deal, everybody signs in on their phone. Very creative. Quiplash is great.
Drawful's
great.
Awesome.
There's a lot of good stuff like that.
It's like Kahoot. I don't know if y'all ever played Kahoot in school.
No.
You would sign in with your phone and it'd ask you questions on the screen and you'd answer it on your phone. But yeah, it's kind of like Kahoot, but fun.
What about you? Taylor? You strike me as a Jackbox guy. Have you ever explored these waters?
Yeah, I got some curly fries from them the other day.
Okay.
All right, brother.
I actually kind of like that. And I thought that was good. Good job. That was great.
If T-Bob thinks your pun's good, it wasn't good.
No, look. For all the T-Bob's corniness, his puns are good.
Thank you.
T-Bob has good puns.
Thank you. What can I say?
He does.
Wow.
Look at you two. Look at us. Allies.
My favorite one is the Trivia Murder Party.
I haven't done trivia. So that's the only problem is there's literally, I think, like 10 to 15 Jackboxes now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And everyone has different games. They need to give me an all-in-one Jackbox platform. Even if I don't think you should go subscription because everybody's kind of going subscription, so that's kind of tough. But like, I would pay a pretty good penny if I could just have access to all the different mini games at once and be able to play my favorites, as opposed to being like, oh well, now we have to get Jackbox 6 out because we want to play this version of Quip. It's like, yeah, just make it it's one platform for the whole family. Matt C says, played the murder trivia game with friends.
Yeah.
Last time we played, it was almost kicked out because I kept winning. I just really like trivia.
Yeah.
What is
Same.
murder trivia?
So you're like it's kind of like Hangman, but with trivia, and they have like a little doll, and they just ask you trivia questions, and y'all all have the answers on your phone, and you pick the answer, and it's just like killing this little doll.
We should do a Jackbox night.
See, I thought
we should.
Jackbox night.
I thought
I'm
we were
so down
I
for
thought we were
this.
going like murder mystery when you said that. Like,
No, it's trivia. It's kind of
I'd
like
like to do a
Hangman
murder
trivia.
mystery night as well.
Yeah,
Don't get
that'd
me
be
wrong,
fun.
that's right up
Night.
my alley.
Yeah.
Yes. Escape room? No escape.
I mean, I do want to try it. 13 Gate's supposed to be like the best one in the country, right?
It is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we should try it sometime.
Do they have different themes?
I don't know.
They got,
It's like
they
I'm not
got
sure.
8 or 9 rooms.
Okay.
I think there's actually one I haven't done. So I've done all of them
Dang,
but
you've
one.
done them?
What? Look at this cat,
Yeah.
dude. This little escape room vet, little
Yeah.
salty
I know,
vet.
right?
This is
Don't
old
worry,
married.
guys. I
Don't
know the
have kids yet.
combination. I memorized it last time I was here. Look, just look. Hold the note up to the mirror. It's spelled backwards. Okay, I got you guys. The one time we went to an escape room, my wife and one of her friends got really drunk and immediately
love
checked
that.
out and just were yelling the entire time. We're not gonna get it. I mean, what are you guys doing? And we're like all scrambling, like, what are the codes?
I
And of
love
course
that.
we failed. And I was so annoyed with her.
I bet you were so.
I was so pissed off at her. Just like, come on, dude. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. But you were actively trolling. You were actively disrupting the process. Lee, Kate,
I love that.
get it together.
I think I get a little too competitive though, so I don't know if y'all want to like play
I
games
think if we
with
do
me.
the escape room, we would need to film it somehow.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
OTB content.
Yeah.
Little escape room content.
Agreed.
These are all good ideas.
Yeah.
What was I going to talk about? Well, there's a few different things. As far as LSU goes, women's basketball take care of business per usual. 20-point win over Bama, 30-point win over Arky. No big deal. I will say, though, remember, the big boy is now finally here. We'll talk to Coach Morgan tomorrow, but this Thursday in the PMAC, number 1 South Carolina, number 10 LSU. I believe, isn't it the first time, Jake, that College Game Day is going to a
It's the first one that I know of, and the first one that Coach Mulkey said she's been a part of.
Yes.
I don't want to speak and say it's the first time ever because I don't know that information, but it doesn't happen often if it actually,
College Game Day coming here to Baton Rouge for a girls' game, a regular season female game, which again, like I think it's the first time. It's not the first time. It's still rare. So the point of this is, well, not only are you going to want to go to the game because you'll be treated to a great game between two of the best teams in the entire country, maybe the two, like I don't care where LSU's ranked. After last year, Coach Mulkey gets her teams like going during tournament time. Like these are 2 of the 4 that you would think would probably be championship favorites, and they'd be squaring up here in the PMAC. So go pack it out, get loud, get crazy, make College Game Day see what this program's really about.
Looking for
down here.
revenge too. Last time they faced South Carolina, they kind of, beat them by 20.
Yeah,
24
and
points.
look,
so,
Coach Mulkey talked about it going into the game that South Carolina's on a bit of a different level.
Yeah,
than they were.
They're
and
undefeated
Aaliyah
right
Boston
now.
was incredible. And they look like it this year as well. Like LSU has looked flawed at times. South Carolina has looked unstoppable.
lower bowl tickets. The cheapest lower bowl ticket is like $250.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get
I saw some for like $750.
You can get some in the upper 300s, behind the basket at the very top for like $65 a piece. $65 is the cheapest you're going to pay to get both feet inside the PMAC. The lower bowl is like $250.
Give me this video. I meant to have it ready to go, but give me the Caitlin Clark video. Ava Marzwani says we're going to talk about Caitlin flopping.
Oh, have you seen?
Oh, yeah.
The one angle that I saw was like from the goal, basically. It doesn't look good for Caitlin.
Look, you're mad. You just lost. some joker runs on the court.
So I would say probably besides Iowa and Caitlin Clark, South Carolina and LSU are probably the two most popular women's basketball teams out right now. So it doesn't surprise me that College Game Day is going to come out, and also doesn't surprise me that the tickets are kind of expensive just because, like Coach Mulkey said, it's kind of like coaching the Beatles.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, Caitlin Clark is probably the biggest individual superstar, though maybe Angel Reese would challenge that.
Right.
But as a collective, nobody's got the star power like LSU has. Wait, okay, so full disclosure, I've seen all the headlines. This is my first time seeing the video. We're watching the video of Caitlin Clark running the fan. She was the aggressor. This is a LeBron level flop.
Taylor, go to
also though, like, look, if you rush the field on me and you come within my zone, I'm hitting you 1,000%.
Who did that recently?
Against Alabama. Remember somebody, it
was Jermaine Burton, wasn't it?
Yeah, somebody was like talking crap in a
Yeah,
player's face.
Go to Brandon Walker's
like, are you
Twitter.
like,
he
are you
retweeted
dumb?
one of a different angle that's even.
But am I wrong? Like, if you run in a player's orbit like that, you deserve to get jacked up.
Oh, I actually don't mind if you do this, but just don't bloody Divock at the end and flop. Yeah, I don't mind. Look, if you're running on the court, like, and you get a forearm shiver, that's just what it is.
Daniel Basham, she hit that no scope 360. Yeah, dude. I guess only it's yeah.
I hadn't heard the post game press conference. I don't know what she said.
I'm trying to think if maybe she, like, she wanted to hit this person, but then didn't want to get in trouble for it. So it's kind of like, oh.
So in her post game, we can pull it up a little bit later. In her post game, she said, I'm thankful to be out of there without serious injury because that could have caused serious injury to me, and that's why this type of thing is dangerous.
I agree. I do think a little bit of the field rushing, court rushing has.
This is the angle that. Yeah.
Oh, throw that head back, girl. Look, that's just good acting, dude. But look at the girl running the court. What she got in her hand?
Yeah, phone.
Every time. That's why these kids are rushing the courts and the fields now, which I like. I like rushing the court. I like rushing the field. It's fun. Probably one of my favorite football memories ever is being in the press box for that 2017 LSU-Georgia game, or 18. Was it 18 or was it 18? When they beat Georgia, rushed the field. They had Mardi Gras Mambo playing. It was during the day. It just felt like a giant party down there. So, like, these moments can still be awesome. They lose a little luster when they happen all the time. And the real problem is that instead of being actually pumped for the team, though, a lot of these youngins are just doing it for the story.
Well, they're
just doing it for IG or Snapchat or whatever. And that's so you just see everybody running. It's 10,000 kids all running, selfieing themselves as they're going.
Well, I mean, that's
very
why
Black Mirror.
It was reserved for, like, beating the number one team in the country. You hadn't done it. Now it's like, we're going to rush the field because we beat number 18 NC State.
Yeah.
And they all got their phones out. They're
Why
like,
you hate on Louisville, bro?
They're like, it looked really cool when the Ole Miss student section did it, and they got a lot of clicks. I want to look cool, too, so we got to do it.
Yeah. I know we're getting old.
Clemson does it every, Clemson does it every
old.
game.
Yeah, I know.
Which is weird.
I didn't know that, too. And I, like, many, many years ago, I fired off a bunch of tweets like, why in the hell, this was when Clemson was a dynasty, are they rushing the field for beating NC State on a last-second field goal? Only they do it every game. That'd be so, it never gets to be too much. You're like, okay, y'all ready? Might as well start to head down there. Hey, yay,
y'all
okay.
ready?
Now we got to walk back to the car. Like,
yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that.
Effed up if you think I'm rushing on the court when I could be rushing to the car.
Right.
Beating traffic.
Well, what do they do with security at the game, too? Because, I mean, I know they got them lined, during the game, but did they all just pack up and leave with about 10 seconds left?
With what? Oh, yeah, security? No, well, and see, and that's the other thing, right? There's no chaotic element to it because it's so practiced at that point.
It's like, okay, you're not trying to dodge a cop.
Form an orderly queue. You're not getting probably my favorite field rushing visuals of all time when the Auburn middle-aged women were just disappearing into the bushes.
Oh, that's so good.
They were just like being
they're flipping
swallowed.
over the fence into the
They were
hedges,
jumping
yeah.
over the fence into the hedges and just disappearing. Like they were being swallowed into the ether or like some sort of black hole, never to be seen again. Oh no, Karen, no. Done. Man, I bet you they were ready to do it again this year. Auburn was.
Yeah, they were.
Oof. Many lives were saved by Alabama winning.
Had
that
their
game.
plan in place already, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People
We're
had
gonna go
one
down
leg
here,
over.
we're gonna jump
People had
right
one
here.
leg over. The phones were out and ready to be selfied. And Jalen Milroe said,
But you
"Not
know
so
what?
fast."
You know what? Maybe they can talk themselves into. They allowed Alabama to go win an SEC championship game, go play in a Rose Bowl, and that was enough
to make Nick
Saban retire.
I agree.
So you had to fall on that sword for the rest of the SEC. We thank you.
I agree. Brad Myers, she's the eternal victim. First Angel Reese, now this poor Caitlin. All right, guys, look. I know that we have beef with Caitlin Clark around these parts, but like I don't find it that hard to understand what she did. She's angry. Again, some joker's running up on you. Yeah. You get a shot, but then you're kind of like, oh, but also like,
But my thing is,
I don't want to get in trouble.
Like if somebody's running up on me, I'm not gonna flop like that. I'm gonna just like run up on them.
Yeah.
You know what I
But
mean? Like I'm not letting a fan come up on me like that and then like flopping. I'm gonna run the fan over.
She wanted to have her cake and eat it too a little bit,
Yeah.
right? She wanted to let out some anger in the hit, but also create a story afterwards where it's like you can't be rushing the court. Look, I almost got hurt. I got run over.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
you
blah.
can't be rushing the court, but don't do all that and then come up on the press conference and be like, oh, I was just scared for my safety.
That's her role.
I do agree with this. Walking off the court with the trainer kind of like carrying her that way,
Yeah,
that's definitely a little much.
I'm going to find it. It's the sideline view. Like the entire team runs up to her and they're like, oh my God, are you
Hold on now. If I see a random fan run into my MVP,
No, I get it, but,
like that's my quarterback. Like, yeah, I'm trying to fight.
She got up though, and then like 4 people are helping her off the court. It's just a little
Careful
much.
now. She's a hero.
Ashley Megan said they couldn't see her.
Exactly, dude. That would have been tighter if she'd hit her with the can't see me and then John Cena F5'd the fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, get off my court.
I'll be curious to see how they.
Dilly says don't justify her
handle this.
horrible personality. We got beef like that with Caitlin
Yeah,
Clark?
I have to say, like, I have beef with Caitlin Clark like that.
Like that?
To be honest.
Like
yeah.
that level? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm off base here. Maybe I'm being too nice, guys.
I think you might be.
I don't think you're being too nice. I don't have anything against her. I mean,
all right, Caitlin, don't come around these parts, girl. We're going to find out.
I mean,
what it really
she's
means to flop.
The thing is, like, she's not the one that got mad that Angel Reese taunted her. Like, she never said
Yeah.
anything post game. Like,
That's
I
also
got nothing
true,
against
yeah.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she never
fair.
did anything to me.
Yeah, she was pretty like okay, like they won, like
Right.
they get to kind of do whatever.
We'll see, but it's going to be a big game this Thursday in the PMAC. And I
Caitlin
bet if
Clark's not
LSU
even going to be there.
if LSU wins, do you think they'll rush the court?
I hope not.
I don't really care. I mean, I think LSU's above it. We are the defending
Yeah.
I was
national
about to say
champs.
the being defending champs maybe changed it a little bit. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't care.
I don't
think
ever
so.
want to be so much of
gatekeep
an old
it
man.
like-
That I'm sitting here shaking my fist at the sky. But
Yeah.
but I also do feel it'd probably be a little lame if they did. Though we're probably getting ahead of ourselves.
And you know, if it did happen, unless it was like in a trolling way, I don't know.
Right.
could
I
see it
don't
being
think they
funny.
will. I'm not even trying to be funny saying this, but like a lot of the people that go to LSU women's basketball games are older ladies. So like
Yeah.
I really don't think that they'll rush the
Well, it's the students. I'm just talking about the students because again, the
Yeah.
students are the ones
I
trying
don't
to get
think
these
they will
stories
either.
off. Okay. Ava Marzwani says, "Imagine if Angel did this to a fan, the media would be a storm." I would love if Angel did it unapologetically, just clothesline the girl and then just kept walking.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Like if Caitlin Clark would have did that, I would have been 100% okay with that. She would have just clotheslined her.
Like if it had left her with her just like, you know, kind of shouldering and then standing over the top of her. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like if you
I
want
would've
to
been like,
rush the
okay,
court, that's what
dang.
you get.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Corlin Jacob, T-Bob completely missed playing the victim aftermath. Yeah, I mean, we see it here. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'm with you guys. My bad, dude. Screw Caitlin Clark. Don't come around these parts, girl. Watch out.
Yeah.
You're on the Roger Goodell list. Don't step foot inside the boot, okay? Unless you want to get the boot.
Oof, that was 5-year anniversary of the.
Yeah, I know. Me and my old man came over for the playoff games yesterday, and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
He was very impressed with your second touchdown scorer, Cade Otton bet.
A live bet too, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you, Cannon. I appreciate it.
Which Jake put a truly degenerate amount of money on a second touchdown score.
No sweat.
Bet.
A no sweat.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
to be
yeah,
fair,
it was the no sweat bet.
No
fair,
sweat.
it was a no sweat.
Like literally, like you lose it, you get it back.
That's true. I liked it better when I didn't know it was a no sweat.
Yeah.
That you were out there putting that much money
I'm not
on
the
a
Oddfather.
second touchdown
Okay.
score.
My gosh.
All right, when we get back, I want to touch on LSU men's basketball. A lot of college football news to get to. Ooh, boys, Ohio State looking pretty good, dude. Look at it. You're an OTB. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Check it out, y'all. You want to work with Louisiana's most reliable and respected roofing company? Great culture. Young, great energy. Work hard. Play hard. You want the boys and girls at Coleman Roofing and Construction. Now, I say young, that's because this new generation's ushering it in, right? Continuing what has been a great legacy established over 40 years. Now, in those 41 years since 1982, it's all been word of mouth. It's all been referral. And they've grown large enough to service not just all Louisiana, but the entire Gulf South region and any commercial or residential product that you need. And they do the tiers. Okay, that's why we say the most complete company. The point of it is, imagine how good their customer service is, how good their product is to grow in that way just by word of mouth. And now we're trying to bring it to the new level. Check them out, Coleman Roofing and Construction.
Go to ColemanRoof.com, but also that construction part. Check out those construction services on the website as well. Right there in the top right corner, ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh. God, I used to love this song. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. So you don't need the money with the face like that, do you?
I would consider this a one-hit wonder.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't name another Jet song. Yeah.
Was this on? Gosh, it was on a video game. It was either a FIFA or a Madden.
I don't know. I learned how to play this on the guitar back in the day. I forgot it, but
Dang.
Bro, you be saying that all the time. Like, oh, I learned to play this on the guitar. I forgot it, though.
Yeah, he said that about Wonderwall, too.
Mm-hmm.
No, I never played Wonderwall. That's not true.
He said...
I'm sure you said
No,
it.
I said I sang Wonderwall
to
my wife
it, sang
in the
it.
car on
Okay.
our first date.
All right.
It's aggressive.
Dang, that is very aggressive.
Like,
yeah.
but you were being serious?
No. It was a tongue-in-cheek singing.
Okay.
Now
But
we
I
know,
think I sang the whole song.
Now we know why there was
At
a
a
second
certain
date.
point, the joke has to. Yeah, thank you, Taylor.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
Wait, what did he say?
He said,
I
"Now
said
we know."
somebody
they-
sings Wonderwall to me. There's no wonder that there was a second date.
Yeah,
Dude. That was
God, Taylor. I'm
that's
starting to
some-
like you more and more with these wordplays.
God bless America.
I may have to take you on a second date.
What was the first date?
Yeah,
I'm
where'd
trying
y'all
to
go
figure
the
out,
first
dude.
time?
I never got sang to
I
or
don't-
serenaded in a car. What
I
are we
don't
doing
kiss
here?
and tell.
Okay.
That's all you
That's
need
fair.
to know.
I can respect that, to be honest.
No, and to be clear, when I say I learned the song, I meant like I learned because I didn't like to read music when I was younger. So with like my guitar teacher, I would just say, I would bring in a song and say, teach me this. But I never learned like the solo or anything. I just mean I learned like the basic chorus because I don't know. I'd be like, I want to play whatever song I'm really into right now. And then I just forget it.
Someone in the chat's trying to say that Jet is not a one-hit wonder. I can't
What's
name another Jet song.
Look, I'm not saying. See, this is the thing about one-hit wonders. Of course, they're going to have fans. They
Yeah.
got massive with at
Well,
least
There's going
one
to be a
song.
deep cut that you
I
feel
keep
like to
saying,
hear.
Yes.
I keep seeing
Yes.
that Blind Melon is a one-hit wonder, and I'm like, I listen
Oh, Blind Melon.
to Blind Melon, like their other songs, so I don't really know. I guess it's not
Don't know who Blind Melon.
No Rain.
No Rain.
I don't either.
You would know it if I played it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
strange.
Okay. No, I had no idea who that was. Yeah, so no. It's not
Now
to
you
say.
do.
It's not to say that like a one-hit wonder literally just didn't make another song.
No, it's just that's the only one we know.
Yeah. Like from a major, like to be a one-hit wonder, you have to have a song that crosses. Like, okay, all of us have different musical tastes, obviously, and yet with every song that we're playing, we all know that song, even though we know nothing else.
Right.
One of us may, but pretty much everybody else doesn't know anything else from. Cameron Cook says, "Look What You've Done" was top 10 as well.
Sure.
I don't know. What
I don't know that
is.
song, yeah.
Chill out, Cameron. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Matthew Shirley
Okay,
says
too.
Blind Melon deep tracks are solid gold. There you go. Alondra, you got another BM
Which
fan.
yeah, I'm telling you, Blind Melon. Like I don't think
I'm
I
gonna have to
consider them
listen to a
one-hit
Blind
wonder.
Melon song. I feel like this is the first time I've ever heard that name.
Y'all are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that song. I
Seattle
have no
band,
idea.
right?
I have no
I
idea.
don't
they're
know
from
what song
Seattle.
we're talking
Yeah.
about.
So we talked about the LSU women's program. LSU men's falls this week in 73-69 to A&M. Close game. I don't, this is what it's scrappy, showing heart. It's like we said, this is still a flawed LSU team. They're not the most talented. They're not going to win all the games, but what you want them to do is show up and fight. They definitely did that. A&M did what you thought they were going to do in the first game and dominated the offensive glass. Like, I don't know how you only lost by 4, and A&M had 27 second chance points to 0 for that of the Tigers. A 27-point differential, and like in the most devastating ways, second chance opportunities, and yet you only lose by 4. Taylor, you said you went to the game?
Yeah, I was there the whole game. It
So
was
give us
a
your
heck of a game.
boots on the ground breakdown.
So A&M, the reason I think LSU actually should have won the game. I thought they were in control of it for the most part. I thought they played the game they kind of wanted to, be a little guard dominant. I thought Cook and Jordan Wright drove to the basket really well. Tyrell Ward's become the best three-point shooter on this team. He was knocked down for about the second or third game in a row. A&M was awful from the free throw line. I mean, I haven't looked at the exact box score, but it's somewhere within 55 to 56% as a team from that game. They were, with about 10 minutes to go in the game, they were 50% from the free throw line. I mean, that's kind of what kept LSU in this game. The problem is, what was so great about their first win was not that you were an 11-point road underdog and you win the game by 15. A&M's a top 5 rebounding team in the country, and you out-rebounded them the first time. That's what you were just talking about. The second chance points killed them, and honestly, A&M got hot from behind the arc in the second half, like really hot. Wade Taylor was really good. He hit a couple from about 35 feet. Pair that with the fact that long shots equal long rebounds. I mean, there was a couple possessions where A&M had 3 or 4 shots on the goal in a single offensive possession. It's very hard to win like that. Will Baker got into foul trouble early. That's kind of your one post present. So it was not a recipe for success for LSU, but they had a shot to win this game. I thought it was a very bad last possession. You inbound the ball with Jalen Cook with 7 seconds to go. He kind of just ran around and heaved up a 3-point shot. I would have liked to have seen a lot more ball movement on
Tremont
that.
Waters style, dude.
Give it, well, look, Cook's great. That's not his style.
Waters would have tried it from the logo, though.
I would have been a lot more comfortable
with
that
thing in. Yeah. He hit that bank against A&M back in the day.
Yeah, but I'd have been more comfortable with a Ward the way he's shooting from 3 or Jordan Wright taking that shot than Jalen Cook, and he was great, but it was just they were too hot from behind the arc, and they bullied you down low. But the free throw shooting is what kept them in this game, because while they were about 56%, LSU was about 76% from the line. So that was kind of what kept you in this ball game.
So the men fall in the PMAC. I was also in the PMAC this weekend, only it was for a little LSU
how'd that
gymnastics on Friday night. How it went was friggin' awesome, dude. Oh, my God. So my oldest went to a sleepover the first time, which came with its own kind of like, oh, man, is this really happening? Oh, yeah, they had the best time. She did not want to come home. She very begrudgingly, said that, like, she's kind of like, look, I like hanging out with y'all, but, like, I wish I was still there. And I'm like, I get that. But it was definitely one of those kind of first signs of, like, parents getting less cool, friends getting more cool.
Yeah,
getting older and whatnot. So whatever. So she goes there, babysitter for the baby. So we never get to hang out with our middle child. We did a little double date. Went to this place, Pizza Art Wine. Pretty cool spot. Really good pizza, great wine, and well, imagine this. Really good art on the walls.
Really? So it lived up to the name.
So it really just like 3 for 3.
Go.
3 for 3. No false advertising. And then we went to the PMAC for the meet, and that environment is incredible. It is just electric, dude. And it's so much fun. It's so fast-paced. It never stops moving, the competition that is. The competition in the SEC is so elite that it's close the entire time. So you're kind of you're on the edge of your seat. And we got to witness not 1, but 2 perfect 10s.
Well, I know Haley Bryant had 1.
Haley Bryant had 1 on the bars, I believe, and then it was Kaya Johnson to close it out on the floor. And you know what they say about gym boys? Championships are won on the floor. Don't know what else to tell you. I don't know if they say that, but it feels that way.
Feels like they say that?
It feels like they should say that if they don't, because it is electric.
I'm sure Kentucky had some nice performances as well. They're
great.
They were 6th in the country?
I don't know their exact ranking, but I was telling my wife, that Kentucky's also one of the premier programs. But I mean, this is the same LSU team that last week was at a meet with UCLA, Utah, and Oklahoma and got second, although they would have won had they turned in the score that they did on Friday. But yeah, I mean, just finishing with the floor is always so electric, and the way that the crowd just loses their mind when a big tumble is, I don't know if tumble is the correct term, but when a big trick is stuck is just, I mean, again, I got goosebumps. I was having so much fun, and this team is so good and so dominant and so deep. And then I was, now she got a 9-9, but I was kind of ensorcelled. Me and my wife were with KJ Johnson's performance on the floor, looking like aggressive and kind of intimidating, and had these like like Ahsoka type pigtails that looked like devil horns a little bit. I was like, whoa, this chick is badass, dude. And really that extends to the entire team. So cannot recommend it enough if you're looking for something fun to do on a Friday night than to go check out this LSU Gym Squad. They're awesome.
How about the SEC has 6 of the top 10?
Yeah.
6 of the top 10. And number 1, Oklahoma, who's dominant, will soon be in the SEC. So basically you've got 7 of the top 10 programs in the country.
It's like baseball, but even more so a little bit. So, no, I know, yes. And somebody says you win or lose on the beam. And, yes, the beam is the hardest, and I know that. But you're ignoring the electricity. And beam and floor go head-to-head, but you're ignoring just how good it feels to be at home and finishing on the floor. I mean, Kaya hitting – they had already won it at this point, but to end the meet with a perfect 10, it was just fantastic. Fantastic. And I love it, and I can't wait to go back. I think my 4-year-old loved it, or 3-year-old loved it, but she did fall asleep, I want to say about 9:30, somewhere in there. So she was just kind of chilling after that.
It's impressive that kids can sleep anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, she fell asleep in that electric environment and then slept on my shoulder the whole way back, whole way home. She was just like done. Just done. But no, and Oklahoma and Texas are still not in the SEC for any sports until football season, right?
Yeah, football will be the first one. So baseball season this year, they'll still be in the Big 12. Basketball, obviously, they're in the Big 12. Football will be the first. All fall sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
This gymnastics team, though, definite championship potential, championship vibes. Very excited to watch them the rest of this year.
They almost had it last year.
Yeah. And that's in a year in which, they had no real right being there with the injuries they suffered and everything else. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, if you can stay healthy, you're so deep, that creates a lot of, like, going through what you did last year gains you in confidence as well as resilience. And so, yeah, let's see what this squad can do. But again, can't recommend it, even though tickets are hard to get. I had to swing some connections to get tickets, but they are, if you can get your hands on them, go ahead, because it's so much fun. And again, snappy,
Yeah.
No breaks. Bam, bam, bam. About 2 hours of just pure action and excitement. All right, when we get back, let's get into some college football talk here on Off the Bench. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552 is the number. CentralPlumbing.org is le site. So, you need to take advantage of over 50 years of plumbing experience. You want to go to Central Plumbing. Look how large the fleet is now, too, and understand that I don't care if it's commercial, residential, weekend, weekday, holiday. They're 24/7 emergency service means they are always ready to serve you. And I don't know, hopefully you didn't run any busted pipes or anything recently. If you did, the answer is Central Plumbing, 925-8552. Take advantage today.
Yeah, go to the website, centralplumbing.org, to see that fleet that T-Bob is talking about, and check out their remodels. Right there on that website, you can click on it, and they can show you exactly what they can do for your home or your business. Certainly, they can handle any project you have at your home. And if you've got a big business, don't worry, they can come in and help you there as well. CentralPlumbing.org, 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luber for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal building.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No.
Ah, yes, Sum 41. One of the big hunt. I'm just kidding. I have no idea who
No,
this is.
not Sum 41.
I know. Also, not one-hit wonders. Sum 41.
No, they're not.
James Serio, love the touchback you have to maintain till you break the plane. True. I mean, what do you running backs want? You just want it you just want it every which way but Sunday? Like, what, you get to just break the plane and you get a touchdown, but you can't just hold on till then? Like, literally, you can fumble after you get the nose across. What more do you want? Like, in rugby, don't they have to actually touch the ground, like maintain possession and touch the ground inside the end zone?
You know what also I think is stupid?
What?
Is the fact that, like, the little bitty tip of the football just has to touch that white line, touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can catch it, get 2 feet, be falling to the ground, and then hit the ground, the ball pops out, no touchdown.
Quantum end zone.
Stupid.
Quantum
end
end zone.
zone has stupid rules.
When did the possession, when
have some consistency.
When was the possession, like, is the cat alive or dead? When do you open the box? Is it a catch or is it not a catch? I like this idea of the quantum end zone that we've developed this morning. Football, the most unintuitive game. I don't know. I guess cricket's probably up there, or maybe that's just to my American mind. And I don't know. Australian rules football's got some weird stuff going on. Odd-shaped field. Sometimes they're kicking. Sometimes they're like throwing. They're being lifted up on top of one another.
You're right, and it makes me so mad. So mad. Like when people don't. If you don't like soccer, you don't like soccer, whatever. And I know people like in Champ, I'm sure it's about to say something in the huddle about it being a soft sport, whatever. But the thing that makes
Champ
me
would know soft.
The thing that makes me so mad about it is like massive American football fans are like, there's too many rules. There's so many
There's like
rules.
literally 3 rules.
There's 3 rules. There's 3. Don't be offsides. Don't touch it with your hand, and don't be an a-hole.
Yeah.
That's the 3 rules of soccer. And American football's got 1,000. Like, if you don't like soccer, that's fine, but don't blame it on there's too many rules.
Yeah.
There's
No,
3.
I mean it's and there's no, and like some people say it's boring, but there's no breaks. There's no commercials.
I love that.
There's no stoppages. Like it just keeps going.
Yeah.
My wife had never watched any sports, before we started dating a long time ago. And I was kind of like explaining to her every sport. Like we'd go to a basketball game and be like, here's what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, here's what's going on here. You try to explain to someone who's never watched any sports how each sport works. Football is by far the hardest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why was that? Well, you see, you got to have 7 people on the line, but the end man's on the line. The only one's the eligible receiver, so this wide receiver actually lined up on the line outside the tight end. It's like, it's like obvious. Right?
Just explaining like first
Wait,
down.
that's not a hold? Well, he was holding, but it's not a hold. His hands were inside the framework. You only get really called for a hold if you go outside, even though it's still both holding both times. You saw a random defensive holding called yesterday on a defensive lineman. I think it was in Chiefs Bills, which you almost never see.
Never see, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on of
Detroit
funny
had
football quirks.
illegal chop block that was kind of borderline. It's like he was engaged, but I don't really think he was.
It was one of those things where it's like if you saw it live, you're like, oh, guy went high, guy went low. But on replay, like Montgomery may have actually gotten there first. Yeah. But, I mean, live action, what are you going to do?
The clock in soccer is meaningless, says Bilbo. No, it's just that I like.
Counts up, and then they figure, okay, this much stoppage time because the ball goes out. We've got a yellow card, a red card, time wasting. We're going to add all that up, and we're going to use it at the end.
I like how lax the clock is. It's very European. Us
I like the
Americans
fact that
want it
it's
very
like-
Puritan and like, no, the clock stops and it's a 0 and here it is. And they're kind of a little more laissez-faire.
And then the added intrigue at the end of the game is like, how much stoppage time are they going to put on this deal?
Which feels awful to be on the wrong end.
Yeah,
of.
if you're the team holding on,
Yes.
which Everton is like so many times, they're in that spot where they're up 1-0 and they got 7 minutes of stoppage time. Damn it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the worst feeling when you're on the wrong end
And
of
it's
it.
like 7 minutes of getting peppered.
Speaking of, do you have your stoppage time segment ready to go next hour?
Oh, we get to do that every day?
Well, I mean, I figure Mondays at least, right? Because it's after the big EPL day.
Whatever. Well, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We can. I don't have the imaging yet.
No, that's fine.
But
It
I'll
doesn't
play the
matter.
song that you said you
Yeah,
wanted
hell
for
yeah.
it.
William Anthony, can we talk about the whole ass vibe that Jason Kelsey put out last night? We will in Weekend Winner, so that's coming up. Also, I do want to get some college football news next here and Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobacboatservice.com.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I don't know what they say.
I don't either.
I go,
but it's high pitch and it's a banger.
He's saying, "Come on, Eileen."
No.
Well, I know the
no,
chorus,
like no,
right
but
there,
like
isn't that what he's saying?
Come on, Eileen. Oh, wow. Come on, Eileen. Maybe it is.
Yeah. It's a good one.
See, I would have sworn that this was somebody who had more than one hit. So this is a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, I don't know anything else by Dexy's Midnight Runners. If,
Nope. I've never heard those three words put together in my entire life.
I don't even know what Dexys are.
words.
Yeah. I don't know who Dexy is. So
they're saying, "Come on, Eileen," huh? How
I
about
think
that?
so.
Yeah, no. Chat's agreeing with you. Learn something new every day. Hey, we got spread lines coming up next hour. We got weekend winners kicking off next hour. One of the weekend winners, probably this Ohio State football team, as Caleb Downs announces he is transferring to the Buckeyes, making what was already probably the best defense they've had in years, now significantly better. And then Julian Sayin, the Super Saiyan, Kakarat, committing to Ohio State as well. Now, not maybe as immediately exciting news, more of like a preparation for the future. Because I think Will Howard wins that game, but maybe Sayin pushes him. We'll see. But Jake, the word on the street right now is that Ohio State put $13 million into building this roster, which makes sense. Wasn't it Ryan Day talking a few weeks ago about how it takes like 7 to 10 to retain a roster?
Yeah,
especially one like he put together. And obviously, then they put some extra million into going and getting Quinshon Judkins, getting Caleb Downs, Julian Sayin. So this, and it's interesting to watch guys make this different decisions for different reasons. Why, like Caden Proctor, I'm sure he got paid as well, but goes immediately back to Iowa because that's where he's from. That's where he was committed to forever, and he loved Iowa. It was just that Nick Saban lured him away to Alabama, and then that's how you got to do things nowadays. Apparently, Iowa stayed very much in touch with Caden Proctor the entire time, or like continued to support him when he was going through struggles. We got you, blah blah blah. And sure enough, Proctor now going back there. Whereas you got a guy like Caleb Downs who clears like, okay, well, I might as well go test the market. And Ohio State's out here cutting checks. And I loved it because, I'm dealing with all these Georgia people on snaps and Aaron Murray. And they're trying to tell me how, Caleb Downs is going to go to Georgia. And he's going to take less money to go to Georgia. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody taking no big haircut just to go play for Kirby. Like, no, you're going to play where you get paid. Show enough. Can't believe it. Caleb Downs didn't want to take less money from Georgia to play there, huh? But whatever. The point of this is, Jake, I think Ohio State should be what? Preseason 2? 3?
3. I think I got him at 3.
Who do you got? So we're still going Georgia 1.
Maybe Georgia, Texas.
Oh, Texas. Okay, yeah. Returning quarterback. I could see that. Yeah.
So the other, I guess it was Friday because you were on off campus. I asked you the question of the teams, new 12-team playoff, which school has the most pressure? And in my head, I had built up for it to be Penn State. Because I've heard for like 37 times in a row, well, if there's a 12-team playoff now, like we'd be in it. It's like, okay, well, you're not.
Yeah.
And so like I was like, okay, Penn State's got a lot of pressure. But I asked you that question. You said Ohio State. We had 2 more guests after you, and I asked them the same question because it was our question of the week, and we're tallying up how many both said Ohio State.
Wow. There you go.
So I think the Buckeyes really, see what it has to be this year.
Yeah.
And they realize that Ryan Day's been great, 11 wins like every single year, but there's this roadblock that is Michigan. There's also no national championship for Ryan Day. And they see the 12-team playoff. They see, an access point where they're almost sure to be
guaranteed to get in, basically.
Right? And so you'll be in the tournament, in the playoff.
Yes.
And what can you do once you get there? And so I think, they're like, hey, we got to go all in. We got to push every chip to the middle.
No Harbaugh. Or sorry. No Saban, potentially no Harbaugh.
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy's gone. Blake Corum's gone. No excuse. No excuse.
You're going to have
and the defense should be awesome.
You're going to have Michigan might have the new record for players drafted. Like Harbaugh talked about that at the Big Ten Media Day. He talked about like that was the goal to get 20 players drafted in this draft. You might have that.
Damn.
So that's how much Michigan is losing. I mean, they were a very veteran football team, and so you have to catch them right now.
And Ohio State's very veteran this year too.
Yes.
Because they're returning.
So they realize what it is, and they're like, hey, we got to go all in. And now I didn't know that all in was going to be 13 milli.
All right, hour 3 coming up next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
MMRGRP.com. That's a website that'll bring you to the largest industrial contractor in the nation. That's right, guys. And it's all right here in Baton Rouge, or at least the campuses. The job sites will take you all over the world, working for some of the biggest companies in the entire world. And we always got to remember at MMR, okay? We're not selling a product. We are selling a service. What defines a service? The people define the service. How do you make your people the best? You invest in them, in their well-being, in their education, in their happiness level. You get all of that at MMR. That's what the campus has, like a full basketball court, multiple gyms. It's actually incredible. So look, whether you're a intern or a student looking for guidance, a new professional, seasoned vet, they want you. MMRGRP.com.
You can also go to Google MMR Baton Rouge to find locations, careers they have available, all there on Google. Also, MMRGRP.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Monday, January 22nd. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 63. In hour 3, we start off with weekend winners, and we'll talk to Devin Snow at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch them in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Looks like the Soft Boys win again, as Jeremy Fowler putting out a report that the NFL is thinking about changing the fumble touchback rule, saying that it's too harsh of a penalty. Bro, all you gotta do is it's just the tip. Just get the tip of the ball across the line, and then you can fumble. And yet it's too harsh of a penalty. Bah humbug. That's BS. I hate this. I mean, all you got to do is get the tip across, Jake, and the play's over and it's a touchdown. But you can't make it like McCall Hardman. He had to make it 6 more inches, and it wouldn't have been a problem. Pathetic.
Obviously, the people in charge see it as a problem. It's too harsh. Teams don't like the rule, and they want to change it.
Soft.
Soft.
Yeah, it's soft.
Who doesn't like the rule?
It's soft to give somebody something they didn't earn.
They did earn it. They forced a last-second fumble, like at the goal line, like fighting with everything they had.
Actually, Harvin just kind of threw it.
No way. Old boy in the tackle purposely put his face underneath Hardman's butt to keep him off the ground so that it could be stripped.
That's fair.
He took a Rikishi. to the grill for the team, for the boys.
Rikishi. Oh, wow. That's a reference.
I mean, if they keep putting like little sensors that beep every time you see there's a car in your blind spot, you're going to stop checking your blind spot. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Help me out here. Wait. Okay, hold on. So what
like you're just making it way more easy for these people to not have a penalty.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I agree. It's like as if everything in football isn't already slanted towards the offense.
Right.
Now we got to change yet another rule for these soft ball carriers.
Yeah, I don't like it.
T-Bob, today I came into today on Jake's side about this rule.
Yeah.
I'm on your side now, man. You've convinced me. I'm with you. It's always slanted toward the offense anyways now. And there has to be some sort of penalty because, like,
the 3 unathletic people that couldn't carry the ball have that take.
Wow, dude.
I mean,
Actually, Alondra could have been a stud athlete.
I was going to say, we don't know. I played softball my whole life, but we don't know what I could have done with football.
I know Taylor's athletic career, and I know T-Bob's.
Put Taylor in and let Taylor spin, okay?
Yeah,
just wait.
seriously.
I've always thought Taylor and Booby were the same person.
Yeah.
You're right.
I can't believe. Whatever. That's lame. All right. So it looks like I just got a text from Dev. He's not going to make it back to the crib in time, unfortunately, so we'll reschedule for a different time this week. So no spread lines this morning. Still go check out RB&R Day and HCMsports.com/shop if you want some of that great. I mean, look, bro, the Mardi Gras gear, the Mardi Gras merch is going to be a nice fit if you want to get something that's going to, feel like a little bit of a deep cut for the 504 culture. So go ahead and get your shirt ready to go for next month. Right now, okay, so what we are going to do inside this hour, I still got more college football stuff. We'll get to Alondra's MMA recap, and we got Jake's stoppage time, breaking down whatever happened in the EPL.
Soccer world.
Taylor does nothing, so he has no segment ready to go. Way to go, Taylor. And right now, we'll do a little weekend winners.
That's how winning is done.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've got too far.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
Are you doing what it takes to win a championship?
Wow, winning.
Well, then I guess there's only one thing left to do.
What's that?
Win the whole thing.
Fonz, really, all you got to do is don't fumble. George Mott, I say don't fumble. Go Packers. They should have simply not fumbled. Seems pretty cut and dry to me, Jake.
I was about to say something that would get me
in
trouble.
Oh, now I'm kind of intrigued. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out, does it?
Yeah, fumble, but also, this is the only part of the field where this harsh of a penalty is.
Hey.
Got it.
I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Dumb.
You're the only one presumptuous enough wanting to make the rules.
I'm the only one that's carried the ball in this whole conversation, too.
Exactly. So you are quite literally the worst person to make this decision.
Or are you the worst person
biased.
because you've never been in that situation?
You are biased.
You're biased against it the other way.
No, I'm
Reverse
not.
bias.
I love offense.
Reverse bias.
No, yes, everybody has biases. No, you can't. Well, I'm going to play reverse on your reverse. Because, yes, everybody has biases, no doubt about that. But in this case, my biases are within a more acceptable range than are yours. You are clearly looking out for yourself and your brethren right here, where we would all be outside observers. Weekend winner, how could it not start with Jason Kelce? Yeah, the pain of losing last week sucks, but Jason Kelce kicked off his retirement in the biggest of ways this weekend. If you watch the game, and it's very funny. I didn't see a lot of people complain about all the Kelce camera cutaways, right? Did that take away from your love of the game like some of you were complaining about with Taylor Swift? Because I love them both. And Jason Kelce, though, they cut away to the beginning of the game. He's shirt off, beer in hand, going crazy, supporting his brother. He later hops into the crowd. He brings up a little girl that's a Bills fan up there to meet Taylor Swift. He just won everybody's hearts and minds. Even the Bills Mafia, who should have hated him, given that he was celebrating their pain, kind of begrudgingly loved him.
Yeah.
As he hopped into the crowd. There were definitely some middle fingers, a little wanker type hand motions and whatnot. But ultimately, it was not like he was, like I said, I think Bills fans begrudgingly enjoyed him. What a way to kick off retirement, too.
Yeah, I saw a side-by-side that had him after retirement and Saban after retirement going into the office. Like two different ways to handle retirement. Have y'all seen the clip where his boy, he's out there, he's in the crowd, and he's, taking pictures or stuff, and his boy leans out the window of the suite. He's like, hey, Jason, Callie said, get your ass back in here. So his wife, who was in the suite as well, was like, all right, that's enough. Come on back in here.
Well, and it was it started pregame, so our boy was on one. Because he was going around Bills Mafia doing some classic tailgating. I think they were drinking out of a bowling ball. Is that what I saw? A frozen bowling ball or something? I don't I've never seen that before.
It's kind of cool. A lot more efficient ways to drink, I would think. But hey, bowling ball's cool.
All I know is I feel seen. Representation matters. And I feel like Jason Kelce, like, we could have some good times together. I feel like we're cut from the same cloth, if you will. And his hands are only half an inch bigger. I already looked it up.
Why did you look that up? What?
Because that beer can looked tiny in his hands. It looked pretty tiny. I think he has thick fingers. Yes, William Anthony, that is what could have been if T-Bob's hands weren't so small. Those were appropriately sized hands for his size. Fair. 9.5's more appropriately sized hands. And they were thick. Also, I really want the rom-com. This almost felt like a rom-com where, like, the whole time, Kelsey and Travs are getting to know each other, families are getting to know each other. And the whole time you're hearing about the brother. But he, like, lives in a different state. But you're hearing about the brother. He's a madman. He's a wild man. He's a fun man. And then all of a sudden, Jason Kelce comes barging in the room shirtless, like, just gregarious and loud and wonderful.
Yeah. Weekend winner to the fullback. Less than half of the NFL teams carry a fullback. But you know what? 3 of the 4 that are still in the NFL playoffs carry a fullback and use him more times than not, right? He's a part of the offense. Certainly in Baltimore and San Francisco. Detroit as well. So all 3, it's a part of the game plan. So the other half of the teams in the NFL that don't carry one, if you want to be standing tall at the end, all you got to do is add a little grit to your team. Add a fullback to your roster, and maybe, just maybe, you can finally make a run in the postseason.
So, in all seriousness, that does get to the point we were making earlier, right? Is that as the NFL meta has shifted to shutting down quarterbacks through the air, there are strides to be gained by being good on the ground.
Team that won the national championship, fullback.
Yeah.
Same. Words lie, numbers don't.
They can, but maybe not in this case.
Nope, they don't.
Winners?
Okay, so as much as I hate to say this, I'm going to give Travis Kelce a weekend winner because, he just got his mojo back this game. Like you said earlier, he hadn't had that good of a game since week 11. And last night, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 receptions. And you're dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So.
And the New Heights podcast.
Oh,
that
it's
him
so
and his brother
great.
do is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
And it's,
just for like
got
the weekend
all the
though.
listeners and blah, blah, blah.
Got his mojo back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
As much as it pains me.
And he's in another AFC championship.
Wait, why does it pain you?
I'm a Chiefs hater.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of them. I need them to I need somebody to take them out. I'm not a fan of the Chiefs. I'm a hater.
Well, look, anytime you're the Chiefs are actually
they're easy to hate too.
So I was going to say, anytime you have the level of consistent success that the Chiefs had, you become hated naturally.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, I think, are actually on the almost the lowest end of that spectrum where they've still somehow maintained a bit of likability despite being overwhelming, but they're still more hated than not because, they just, it's 6 years in a row now in the Final Four.
Patrick Mahomes is not likable.
6 years in a row. You think he's likable?
I
don't think he's likable at all. I think Kelsey's likable, though.
Travis Kelce's likable for sure. I don't think Pat Mahomes is likable.
Why don't y'all think Pat Mahomes is likable?
I just think he's I don't think he has one of those outgoing personalities. He's a little odd, right? He kind of, just the way he carries himself, it's just a little odd. I don't dislike him. I don't know. I don't think he's very personable.
Nerdy.
That's what I'm saying. He's just not very personable.
Yeah. I don't, sometimes they'll show him and he's, yelling at his bench and, he's, I don't know. Sometimes it's his fault that things aren't going well, and instead of, being looking at himself and being this is what I could do better, he's yelling at his bench, and I'm come on, Patrick. And
well, to be fair,
I hate how the media is all on him. I cannot do that either. It makes me
because he's
angry.
awesome. How could you not be on him? Also,
I'm a hater. I don't know what else to tell you.
Fair,
I'm just a straight up hater.
Because his receivers deserve to be yelled at.
Yeah,
they should be sent to the gulag.
I'll actually go the other way on that. I don't like the way the media handles him. I think Patrick Mahomes does a great job of not blaming his teammates. That whole Kadarius Toney fiasco this year, it would have been really easy for him to get up there and blame Kadarius Toney for this. He took the blame for those losses when he probably shouldn't have. That is my compliment of Patrick Mahomes.
Dude, oh my God. So Champ always accuses me of stealing from part of my take.
Yeah.
And I literally almost never. The only sports talk I really listen to is Levitard outside of this.
And off campus.
And even that's spotty.
Naturally.
No, not off campus either. Except when I'm on there. I think it's great when I'm on there. And I see like clips, yeah, from pre-gaming the SEC and stuff. But Champ is saying that Big Cat had the brother from out of town take. The whole rom-com Jason Kelsey brother. I thought I was being highly original with that one.
In this rom-com.
And so I'm only bringing this up because I don't want y'all to think that I'm stealing these takes. I swear to God.
I can honestly say.
I swear to God.
I have never seen T-Bob. When I get here, T-Bob is working on the show, but he's listening to music every time.
And if I steal a take, I will credit it.
True.
I will credit it. And if I don't remember who did it, I'll at least say it wasn't my idea, but I saw this and thought it was funny. Damn.
All right, next weekend winner. I'm giving a weekend winner to the Las Vegas Raiders. They did not play this weekend, but
Wait. This better be good.
They hired Antonio Pierce. They made the right decision.
Oh, they did.
They should have hired. They
missed
should
that.
have hired Rich Bisaccia, who was their interim coach a couple years ago.
You're
They
right.
made that mistake and didn't do it. They went after the hot offensive coordinator that showed no ability to be a head coach. They didn't make the same mistake this time. That team rallied around him. He was 5-4 with a winning record as the interim head coach. And over the weekend, they made him the full-time head coach. So shout out Raiders. You didn't blow it this time.
So I thought Belichick to the Falcons was like done. There was like a hot 30 minutes there where it was like.
Yeah. Well, Harbaugh got another interview too.
Yeah, so him and Harbaugh both have 2 interviews.
You know, the more and more we get down this road, I think I want Todd Monken to be the Chargers head coach.
Is he getting interviews?
He got interviewed.
Okay.
I don't know because he hasn't been a head
What's
coach
his head
at that
coaching
level.
experience in the
Southern
past? He
Miss.
was okay in college, right?
Yeah, Southern Miss was awful when he took over, and he got them. Maybe they won a conference championship. He's been an OC in the NFL. This isn't his first time. He was with the Buccaneers as well.
He was at
and then he
LSU
came
when I was
back.
being recruited back in the day. He was the OC before he left.
He was I've known Monk for forever. He recruited me at Oklahoma State when he was there with Les. But I don't know, like if you have like a young star quarterback, what Todd Monken's been able to do in multiple places, not just with Baltimore, but with Stetson Bennett as well. I don't know.
No, I agree. You're a little worried about coordinator, but it works. But that leap, I would say, is easier in the NFL. Maybe because there's not as much.
You don't have to be the face
You're not,
of it.
You're not as much of a
recruiting.
CEO.
You're not. Yes. You're not going
you're
to
more
the
of like a
touchdown
football
clubs.
leader. Yes.
Yeah. They're going offense because Brandon Staley, defensive guy.
Yeah,
like,
no,
they're
you
going
got to
off.
go.
You got to go.
Look at
offense.
what happened to Tua when you went offense.
Yeah, you got to go offense.
From Brian Flores to Mike McDaniel. Flores is a great coach.
Who would you? So as you know, a Saints show. Who would y'all rather see the Falcons hire if it was between Harbaugh and Belichick?
Bill Belichick.
Bill
I think
Belichick.
Belichick.
Yeah.
I think
Belichick.
I think Belichick would be pretty fantastic in Atlanta. I think there's a weird thing where the death of Bill Belichick's maybe been greatly exaggerated, and that yes, he is clearly Tom. You could say was doing the heavy lifting there. I still think it's a combination, but I think a lot of why it all went so sour is because you have Tom Brady leave, and everybody knew Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's kind of like how we talk about what's going on with the Saints a bit, where when you try to replace that guy, the next guy's constantly going to be dealing with, oh, well, that's not how we used to do things, and that's not this or that. Giving Belichick a fresh start, I feels like he could be really good again. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just think Harbaugh has just figured it out. It took him longer than we expected at Michigan, but everywhere he's been, USD, Stanford was horrible when he takes over that program. And then he got them to number, 4 in the country his last year? Won the Orange Bowl?
Yeah.
And then he does what he does in the 49ers.
David Shaw kept it rolling forever, but he had to crank that engine the same way like Saban cranked up LSU.
As someone that follows the Saints, I don't want Jim Harbaugh anywhere near Atlanta.
That's true. Harbaugh's success, but then again, Belichick's success is insane too. But Harbaugh's done it in so many different stops.
Yeah, and Belichick's done it in one stop with maybe the greatest quarterback of all time. Not to say he's not a good coach, but Harbaugh's just been able to build a culture everywhere he's been. And that kind of makes you nervous if you're on the other side of it. Weekend winner for me is just like the Detroit Lions and the city and the story and all their old fans that had just been waiting for this moment. A city that's just waiting and just hoping, because like the Pistons had their run, a decade plus back, and that was fun for the city. I mean, the Tigers, they won a series, but
did the Tigers end up winning one?
Yeah, I think they won one. But I mean, they've gone through so much with the sport that they love the most, football, and it's just been bad. But also like just Dan Campbell, because when he gets the job, it happened on every station across the country. People snickering and laughing and rolling their eyes. And this guy, he is not a CEO. He is not buttoned up enough to be. It happened here on this station. I was loving it. Everybody's like, that's dumb.
And he wears
That's
those kind of
stupid.
goofy, like Robert Graham, like button-up shirts, kind of like that Cameron used to wear on.
He does.
What's that show?
Modern Family.
Yes.
Right, and everybody's like, this
I used
will
to wear
not,
those too, for what it's worth.
This will not work. There's no way this guy can be a head coach. This isn't college football. This isn't high school football. Guys won't buy into it. It's cheesy. They'll roll their eyes at it. Well, now look at him. He's showing you that it can be done a different way. It doesn't have to be the way that you like. It doesn't have to be that box that you want to try to fill. He's doing it his own way. And I say this with confidence. No team and no players will do more for their head coach than the Detroit Lions. I feel confident in saying that. Whatever that man said, hey, go do this for me and the Lions and the city, I feel like all 53 would go do it. And so I love seeing, look, Michigan had their things with Stallions and the whole deal, but I love seeing them doing it a different way and winning a national championship, going back to who they wanted to be, right? They forced their identity onto college football. They didn't let college football's identity be forced upon them. Same thing with Dan Campbell and the Lions. They're forcing what they want to be onto the NFL. They're not trying to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so for me, that's a big weekend winner.
Any more winners quickly before we go to break here, guys?
Nope.
Taylor?
No, unless you want a weekend loser.
We can get to that next. Just so you know, because people are asking about what determines whether you're a 9-inch king, whether you're allowed in the club or not. You have to be 9'2" or under. So unfortunately, Kelsey, not a 9-inch king at 9.5. But still love.
Do we have a tape measure? Like, I'd love to see Taylor, Alondra's hand
Still love
size. Maybe you've grown. Maybe.
I've been doing hand stretching,
I
actually.
know. I see you over there like.
I don't want to do mine.
Yeah, we don't need to.
I don't really care if you want to. Like, it's just part of the show. It's like requirement.
I think mine are probably bigger than.
That's really what I want to see.
Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
I'm going to go find one.
Everybody relax.
I'm sure we have one.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
No, I said 9.25 or under. So if you're 8'7", I'm still calling you a 9-inch king. Okay? If you're 8'5", you're still a 9-inch king. We got you, Kenny Piggott. You up in here with us, though.
8'5", you're giving it to them?
Yeah, because we got to stick together, bro.
Wow.
You're right. 8'5" to 9.25. If you're under 8'5", then you're not. But I respect you, but you're not. So 8'5" to.
I think I'll make it.
I think you're good, dude. I think we're good.
I should make it.
All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Does height factor into 9-inch kings? So if you like hand size to body size proportion factor in? No.
No, because my body's built like a hobbit.
Yeah, it is what it is. I got to sneeze.
Don't you sneeze. If you sneeze, you are the softest son of a gun in
K to
this.
Z.
There you go.
Window coverings, K2ZBlinds.com. You want some window coverings that, wow, get Brandon Bauer down to your home and prepare to be blown away with the amount of information that you are going to get. And I'm talking about like functional information. What angle is the sun hitting your home at the various times of day? What covering, window, shutter, whatever blind drape would be best to combat that? How much darkness are you looking for? Are you looking for some more temperature control? What about the aesthetics? It's all there for you at K to Z window coverings, KTOZBlinds.com.
That you're looking to do it all. Outdoor shutters. There's so many different options. It is not just one option. It's so many different colors as well. Check it out online, K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Official hand size measurement for your boy. 9 were they? Jake, this sounds like something you'd be into. William in the chat saying, my wife and friends got a couple of cups down of wine, decided to go get pierced. I need to be in the fun and go get my fingers tattooed. Peer pressure is a real thing.
See, okay, so you went, like, I thought you were talking about that song. I was like, literally, I would not listen to that.
No.
I was like, that's not it. And you said piercing. I'm like, I mean,
no, the finger tattoos.
I don't have any piercings either. But yeah.
I've got go get some tats.
I've got my wife's name because I don't wear a ring because I wore one and then it got stolen in the Raiders locker room. Or was it 49ers? One of the two. And then I've had a couple of different ones, but I have a tattoo. Like, why would I cover that up? And so I have that one. So yeah, I'm into any kind of tattoos. Absolutely. I'm actually about to get, because I have the boys on the bicep, I'm about to get Harlow's tattoo here very soon.
Nice. Where are you going to get it?
I think I'm going to get it on my wrist.
Get on your lower back. Cursive.
Right in the center.
Yep.
I was going to go Chinese symbol, actually.
Just cursive. Yeah. Harlow in cursive with a bunch of like thorns.
No,
like
she was actually,
it's
crazy you said thorns. She was actually born in June. and the flower for June is a rose, and so that's what I'm getting is a rose.
There you go.
For Harlow.
How big were your hands when you measured just now?
11. I don't know. Maybe you tell me, T.
Damn.
I mean, maybe right under 11.
No, that's 11. That's 11. It's definitely 11. It's breaking the plane.
Bring it over here.
Not that you deserve.
Breaking the
Not that
plane.
you deserve that benefit of the doubt after your talk this morning. But yes, it is breaking the plane. Imagine stealing Jacob Hester's wedding ring. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? Now you could use it for something else. Minnie could, I'm sure.
So how are y'all doing it?
You go wingspan. So you go tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky. Is how it works. Let's oh, Taylor, I haven't asked you yet, and we can get to your weekend loser in a second. But I wanted to do this all last week, kept forgetting. How was your trip to Universal?
It was awesome.
A little jaunt down. Did you come away with any takes?
Go on a day where it's supposed to rain. So we went.
Oh, great.
We were there
Great.
a Friday and a Saturday. There was rain in the forecast all day Friday, but it was kind of like before the park opened, like 6, 7 a.m. No one was there, T-Bob. When I tell you, we literally walked onto everything we wanted to do for the entirety of the day. We basically went Saturday only because we had already bought a 2-day pass.
When you fall into that sweet spot of going to an amusement park, sometimes you plan it and it works out. Sometimes it just you get lucky.
Well, it was like this thing's a 5-minute wait only because it took 5 minutes to walk through the line. Like it was like we basically just went Saturday as a bonus day because we were like we already bought a 2-day pass. We might as well go. But no, Saturday we did. I mean, we did everything we wanted all in one day. It was excellent.
Favorite ride?
I'm jealous.
Anything else?
Ride.
I asked you for like an interesting take, and all you well, I guess you told me like try to go and it's gonna rain, but then all you told me was that you got on whatever you got to do whenever you wanted.
I mean,
I'm trying to think in Orlando.
Did you buy Harry Potter robes?
I did not. You
What
know,
about-
I tried.
what
They
about
were fresh out.
Was it, what do you call it? A
Coward.
wand?
Yeah, a wand.
I didn't get a
I mean,
wand.
I get not buying the
tell
wand.
you-
The
I will
robes
tell
are
you
nice.
this. I will tell you this.
You
Look,
get.
I do. I mean,
I get the wand, but the robe.
Look, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, I get not buying a wand because they don't work that well, and you're going to pay like $60 or $70. And yes, the robes are expensive, but they are quality as hell. Like, I've
plus,
had
well,
one for
it was
years
cold
and
when
years.
we went, so at least it would like warm you up and
Yeah,
stuff too. 'Cause they're a little
so
thick.
then you would have gotten a functional use
Here's
out of it as well.
a take
Not like
for
when
you.
I bought
okay?
mine the first
If
time.
you buy the wand in the Hogsmeade area or whatever it's called, it is incredibly crowded right there. I don't need 10 people waving their wand at a book inside of a window. Get the hell out of my way. I'm trying to go through.
Okay, well, first off, I hope you weren't buying wands at Hogsmeade, right? You should get them at Diagon Alley at Olive
How
Garden, you
ridiculous.
dumbass.
I don't know. Those amateurs.
Secondly, talking about waving at a book inside a window, you likely were in Diagon Alley and you didn't even realize it. So
No, Hogsmeade's the one that I sent you the picture of with the snow on top
yes,
of the roof.
okay. So yeah, of course. So don't buy a wand from Hogsmeade, you dummy. What are you thinking?
I didn't buy the wand, Steve Bub.
Well, you should have bought the robes from Adam Malkins anyway, because they're fantastic. So did anybody in your party buy any robes?
No.
You don't deserve to go back to Universal.
mean,
did you do the Velocicoaster?
I did.
How was it?
Best ride at the park.
Really?
So I've done.
I still love Jurassic Park.
You know, I went to
ride.
Cedar
Love
Point for my bachelor trip because I love roller coasters. The wife
yeah,
doesn't.
that's right. Yeah.
I've ridden well over 100 roller coasters. Velocicoaster might be the best one I've ever done.
Damn.
I can only ride so many. The old noggin from a couple of concussions.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Oof.
That sucks.
Like trampoline park, I get about 3 bounces in. It's like, hey, boy, sit down.
Wow.
Get out.
I went to a trampoline park when I was in Georgia for my sister-in-law's baby shower. Actually went and met up with Murray, got the families together at a tramp park. But
we didn't hear about that trip. It was like literally a blink of an eye
It
trip.
was just in and out, just having fun, drinking with family, celebrating new baby born. So my brother-in-law is Serbian, Dragan, and him and my boy
I remember you telling me
Zaki
stories about
did do they did, I mean, on top of cooking like just 100 pounds of pork butt, they did a whole roast pig Serbian style on the spit for about 6, 7, 8, 12 hours, however long it was. And when I tell you, bruh, when that thing, and it's not unlike Boucherie or anything like that, right? But when that thing came off at midnight and it was hot on a cold night and that skin was salty and crackly and Oh, God, dude, it was so freaking good. But I ate myself into a coma, basically, which kind of ruined the rest of my weekend, but it was fantastic.
I love that you have no filter when it comes to how much food you eat.
It's really good.
You were so disciplined for most of the week.
Yeah.
Like, you keep up with your fast. Like, on Friday, we had a couple things we wanted to do for the office. Katie, my wife, was going to bring us breakfast, and you kind of went back and forth a little bit. God, do I want to break my fast? And finally you did, but you have discipline.
Yeah, during the week.
when you go in, you have no stopping point.
I told you, Saturday night, I'm finally doing the BFD raid with my guild. It's awesome. Next thing I know, I drank 3/4 a bottle of bourbon. Just 3/4 fit, and I'm like stumbling around the house like, I need to go to bed. But hey, your boy got some gear. And we cleared BFD.
Whatever that means, congratulations.
And how about this? So I'm in this guild, the Old Farts Guild, and so we're all on Discord. So I'm talking to these people for the first time, and the leader, Borg Dragon, sounds kind of like this. Like, all right, boy, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna meet here outside of Black Fathom about 8 p.m. I said, hold up now, Ford. Where are you from, Bo? I can hear it. He goes, I'm from Gainesville, Georgia. I said, dude, you're a Bulldogs fan. He's like, oh, you damn right, Bo, damn good dog. All that. I was like, what do you think about Aaron Murray? And kind of pauses for a little bit. I'm like, well, I like him all right. Cost us that 2013 SEC championship, though, against Nick Saban. And then we just went on to celebrate the death of Nick Saban. But, of course, in my random World of Warcraft guild, in which I don't even know how I got into this thing. I just accepted the first invite I got, the leader from Gainesville, Georgia.
By God.
And hey, we did good. It was a lot of fun. And I'm a good guy. And I even won a staff that I should have, I technically won, but I gave it to the other healer because she's been in the guild longer. That's how you make friends on WoW, dude. Not to brag.
You sure do. That's how you make friends on WoW.
How do you make friends in real life?
Not that. Now you listen to
Drinking.
Wow, that's what I call music.
Yeah.
You pop that on, conversation starter.
That was my first CD.
Yeah, it's everybody's, I think. In
I-
your age group for sure.
Yeah.
I
had
think-
like, what's her name? Ashley Simpson. JoJo was on it.
Oh, yeah.
Sierra.
JoJo, 13 years old, with the voice of like a 30-year-old singing about deep
Lee.
levels of love. Like, what?
Get out.
Bro, you're in eighth grade. You're going to social studies.
Dating Freddie Adu.
Yeah.
Freddie Adu, the soccer star that was supposed to be.
Oh, is that who she was dating at the time? Wow.
Yeah.
Power couple.
Yeah.
How do you make friends in real life? I think you'll have some drinks together the first time you hang out. Makes everything easier. By the end of the night, you're all best friends. And like we talked about, key life hack here. Actually listen to what the other person is saying.
Oh, yeah.
And ask them questions based on what they're saying, because people love to fill that space with stuff that they are interested in and or knows about. And everybody's job got interesting things to learn about it.
Yeah.
You just got to be curious. Got to ask.
I know we got to go to break, and someone, I think it was Vincent inside the chat, T-Bob, is right. I forgot about this, so we need to probably give a little shout out to Sports Illustrated.
Oh, rip. Pour one out.
Yeah, I think we all should come back with maybe a cover that stood out to us when we were growing up.
I agree. All right. The death of SI. Next. Here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What's going on, y'all? We love our new partners here on Off the Bench, of course. I'm talking about Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. And we got some exciting news this weekend, guys. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding this Saturday and Sunday going to be at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center from 10 to 5 on both days. And if you want to, look, first off, they want to talk to you, see what they can offer. You want to go see their booth. It's going to be a great booth. And just mention OTB, Tell them you heard it. Go say what's up to Tommy and the boys. You'll start to see what I'm talking about with Tommy's charisma and the just kind of next level customer service that you're going to get. But it's GEAUXTommys.com. But again, go see Tommy's Windows Door site at the Lamar Dixon Expo both days this weekend and tell them OTB sent you.
Yeah, like T-Bob said, Saturday and Sunday, they'll be there from 10 to 5, and you walk up, just let them know you heard it here on OTB. But while you're waiting on this weekend, GoTommys.com is that website. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge. Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I would not have pegged this as a one-hit wonder either. This feels like a band that would have had other hits.
Name another Aha song.
No, again, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting, you got to be clear, when I say this, I'm not doubting your one-hit wonder credentials, but
No,
you know,
no, I'm not saying you are.
Some songs sound like, okay, I understand how that's a one-hit wonder. Whereas this feels like this would have been more sustainable. It all feels very 80s. Great one, though. I mean, they nailed it.
I think my favorite one-hit wonder is a fake one-hit wonder, The Wonders from That Thing You Do.
I used to love, I believe in a thing called love.
Taylor has a good one. What's the one?
Darkness?
What's the one that we said was like the best one-hit wonder that one time?
Your Love by the Outfield.
Yeah, that one.
That's a great song. It's a great song. We'll play the best one-hit wonder for the final song today. So just
what is
stay around for
your
that.
best SI cover? Because to me, it's When the Cannon was on the cover, boys.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
What are you, dumb? Cajun Cannon. What did it say? It said Saints roll on, Saints marching, something like that.
It really struck hard with you.
Shut up! We had a giant poster of it in the house growing up, and Saints go marching.
It says Saints
like that.
Alive.
Saints Alive, that's it. Saints Alive. It's 6-0. I think they're off to a 6-0 start.
Yeah.
He's rolling out in the pocket. Although me and the Cannon yesterday did an interesting thing where we were looking up like old box scores and stuff.
Yeah.
When I tell you, we really should never compare different eras of football. Quarterback stats in the late 80s and early 90s were god awful compared to what we're used to nowadays. God awful. Just absolute insanity in how bad they were.
They didn't care about turnovers back then.
At all.
We were talking
Did
about
not care about turnovers at all. It's actually crazy.
Me and you were talking about it, and it's like, if Joe Namath played nowadays with those stats, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
No,
And you go look
everybody,
at it,
bro.
yeah.
It's everybody, which is why you have to judge a place by the context of its times. But no, it was like, I looked up one, was it like a national championship or something? And like one team had 7 turnovers, the other team had 4. The team that had 7 still won the game, like 16-13. It's just crazy.
My favorite SI cover I remember growing up was Marino, Dan the Man. I love Dan Marino. That's why I wore 13 in all the way Pee-wee football, all the way through high school. Just love Dan Marino. T-Bob actually talked me into going to introduce myself at the Senior Bowl like 2 years ago. Quick conversation. He couldn't care less to be a part of it, but he was nice enough to say hello, shake my hand. So that was my guy.
That's a good moment.
Growing up. God, look at those uniforms, those Dolphin uniforms. Go back to that. What are we doing? Like, you don't have bad ones now, but those are incredible.
Before we get to Alondra and Taylor's, I want to remind you real quick, Patient Plus Urgent Care. If you're not feeling well, you need somebody who's you're going to get in, get better for life's unexpected moments, you, the kids, whoever. You want to go to Patient Plus Urgent Care, locations throughout the city. All the COVID testing, cold testing, flu testing, steroid shots, you got an ear infection, cough, sneeze, sniffle, like whatever it is. You got stuff to do. Patient Plus gets that. And the facilities, the technology they employ, it's unparalleled. Literally unparalleled. So next time you go in, ask about the membership, see if it's for you. You can pay a flat fee for the year, or you can pay monthly. But if you go 2 times in the calendar year, you come out ahead. It's a great deal. Patient Plus Urgent Care, patientplusuc.com. What you got on?
All right, 2006, the Longhorns
Gross.
had Vince Young.
Yeah,
I grew up in Round Rock.
Dude, horns.
I was a Longhorns fan growing up. I have to be a low key I have to be a low key one now.
I had that under a bushel.
I do. So Vince Young on the cover of the Sports Illustrated. Superman, unstoppable Vince Young racks up 467 yards, leading Texas to its first title in 35
One of the
years.
best individual
to be fair, it's an
performances of all
incredible.
time.
Yeah.
Vince
it's an
Young
incredible
is just
or cover.
Yeah.
Taylor.
So I got 2. The first one was Joe Burrow, the 2019 one, where it says the GOAT. This one right here, right after the national championship. That one obviously stuck with me because of the LSU one. But when I was in 4th grade, right before the Saints drafted Reggie Bush, if everybody remembers, Reggie was projected to go number 1 to the Texans. Everybody had it. And in my elementary school library, Sports Illustrated had a cover of Reggie Bush in a Texans uniform, and it said for a future number 1 pick, ?
Oh, wow.
And it was Reggie in a Texans uniform.
The Matt Flynn one's pretty good as well. From the
the confetti's awesome.
Yeah, the confetti one, holding up the crystal ball. Now we're biased in that one. That was a solid one. I used to love Sports Illustrated for kids.
Yeah, I did too.
SI Kids was awesome.
It was good. I told the story. I think it was on Off Campus on Friday. So Sports Illustrated sent a writer down the week of the Florida game, and he followed me around, like went everywhere. Came to my house, did the whole deal or whatever, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be really, really cool. And I'll never forget, like, as he's walking out of my house, and I'm like, this can be a cool story. He goes, now, if you don't play well or y'all lose, like, none of this is going to make the magazine. He literally said, no pressure, but you got to play well for this. I'm like, dude, and at the time, it's like defending national champs. It's Florida. I'm like, oh, my God, dude, no pressure. Are you kidding me?
Hey.
So luckily we won the game, and I got top left corner of the cover. I don't consider it being on the cover, but I got a picture on the cover. The Rockies made the World Series, I think, for the first time, and so their pitcher made the cover, but a little bit.
Oh, here we go. Here's a really good one. Wayne Anthony says, I love the Chris Jackson LSU cover. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Awesome cover. Awesome cover. All right.
I mean, the Kevin Falk, later Gator, is iconic as well.
When we get back, closing out hour 3, the show with Ask the Bench. Keep it locked.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You go to All-Star Toyota today, and you can go check out the selection for yourselves and deal with the excellent sales staff live and in person. But remember, I keep talking to you about the service center, the body shop, because if you need a place to make your vehicle right, you need to get serviced, or you get in an accident, you want to go to All-Star, where they have the shuttle service to pick you up and drop you off, or drop you off and pick you up. They have rental cars that you can get. They have factory parts. It's all makes and models welcome. Quality work, obviously. And once you understand how easy it is, you're going to want to go back. And if you mention OTBJ or LSU, you get $100 towards your deductible. Also, BatonRouge.com.
As I told you earlier in the show, in hour number 1, Mardi Gras break coming up for a lot of schools here in South Louisiana. It might be 3 days, might be a full week, but you might want to go get away for a couple of days. Maybe you need something bigger, better on gas mileage. Go check out that rental department, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified, and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks.
Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So we mentioned the death of the Sports Illustrated, which also means the death of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, which, man, I forgot how much that meant to me growing up. I loved those issues, and I was just looking at a bunch of old covers, and when I tell you some of those covers are burned into my brain. The 98 Tyra Banks, the 99 Rebecca Ramon Stamos. First time I'd ever seen body painting. Just, wow. Unbelievable. Also, the covers are very funny to look at. They're very unapologetically horny. Just like really kind of crass like jokes that now you're kind of like, ugh, that's a little unsavory to have on the cover of the magazine. But damn. Nothing more embarrassing than when my friend's mom, though, caught me under the bed.
Oh.
No, not like that. Not like in the act, but like I had stashed away a Victoria's Secret shopping catalog, and the Rebecca Ramon Stamos SI cover. Might have been an FHM mixed in there as well.
God.
Yeah. FHM.
Maxim too.
I love Maxim, bro. Don't play with me about Maxim, bro.
I just see a
about
young
Maxim,
T-Bob.
I know all about Maxim.
With cheese biscuits in his cargo pants going to buy a Maxim.
Cheese Biscuits more would have been when like Brooklyn Decker and Kate Upton were on the cover. So I was driving then. Ask the Bench, right about Cole Kershaw, Vizio Tilter, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Stitch Sweet. Real quick though, Jake had that big win on DraftKings. Told you about it. Kate Upton, second time touchdown score. Look, that's the point. You can play any way you want to play. Remember, DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs. You bet if you're a new customer, use the promo code Baton Rouge when you sign up. You bet $5 on any game, and win or lose, you instantly get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Now, for returning customers, everyone gets that no-sweat same-game parlay for every playoff game day. Okay, so download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. And new customers, $5, you get $200 in bonus bets. The crown is yours. 21 plus, physically present in Louisiana. Select pairs only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. One no-sweat token is issued per eligible day after opt-in. No-sweat bonus bet issued based on amount of losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max reward limit to deposit restricted supply. Terms of sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms. Licensee partner, Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-426-2537. Tyra Banks. Sheesh. That Ask the Bench favorite swimsuit model, that'd be probably for me. Tyra Banks for sure. Are Buffalo Bills fans most tortured in sports?
I think the Lions fans until recently.
Well, but sometimes,
Man, I know the Bills made 4 straight Super Bowls and lost.
And then finally, when they get good again, then like Pat Mahomes gets born all of a sudden, like right when they're finally going to be good again. It's brutal.
Sorry, Buffalo.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Marissa Miller, that's a name I have not heard in a long time either.
Who's that?
Old swimsuit. Rejuve Me Medical. Whew. I feel old now. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Well, you got the perfect person to make you feel younger again.
Exactly. 30, 40, 50, 60, male, female. It's all there for you if you want to fight the effects of untreated aging. Which, again, I say it all the time, but like, why do we do this with everything but our bodies, our cars, our homes, anything we do upkeep on? But we're like, our bodies just have to age. No. Go to me to get your labs drawn. Let them put together a plan for you.
Go to RejuveMeMedical.com and get that plan started today. Get that consultation set up today. You can also text them to get it set up, 225-442-0646. But go to the website, see what they can do for you today, RejuveMeMedical.com.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage